As Congress chief focuses on national pitch, top sources tell Republic, Congress is likely to field Kharge's son-in-law Radhakrishna Dodamani from Kalaburagi.
Naturally, as the president of the AICC, he is responsible for the party's campaign and election across the country, and he needs to dedicate his time and energies and concentration all over the country to bring back Congress party to power.
Today he is coming to Bangalore. Let us see what he is the boss of our Congress now. He has to take that decision to contest or not to contest. It is left to him.
So are you saying that it is left solely to him? So whatever he decides, the party will have to follow?
Yes.
With Congress trying to play safe, is this a walkover for the BJP ahead of the 2024 elections? Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Shift your focus now to the other story that we are getting to tonight on This Is Exclusive. A story that was broken on Tuesday, but this is with more details now coming in with regards to how exactly Pakistan has been caught completely red-handed. Now on Tuesday, in a multi-agency operation, Indian authorities intercepted a boat carrying 62 kilogram of drugs worth about 480 crore rupees and arrested its 6 Pakistani crew members. The success was based on a specific intelligence where a joint team of the Indian Coast Guard, Narcotics Control Bureau and Gujarat Anti-Terrorist Squad conducted an operation under code name Sagar Manthan II in the Arabian Sea. Republic, in fact, spoke to the ATS SSP. In fact, he was also the officer who was part of this entire operation and how exactly the boat was intercepted mid-sea. And thereafter, the investigation that has been carried out, it turns out that these 6 crew members were all from Pakistan. What they are now trying to focus is where did the drugs really come from? What's the origin? Take a look at this exclusive report coming in from Gujarat.
जो बेसिकली पहले कल वाला जो ऑपरेशन है इसके अंदर हमें एक इनपुट मिला था कि पाकिस्तान के ग्वादर जो बंदर है उससे एक बोट निकली है जिसमें कुछ नारकोटिक सब्सटेंस है और वो इंडिया में किसी एक बोट को डिलीवर करने वाले हैं। इस इनपुट को थोड़ा फर्दर डेवलप किया गया, साथ ही साथ में एनसीबी को शेयर किया गया, इंडियन कोस्ट गार्ड को इंटीमेट किया गया, एक जॉइंट टीम तीनों फोर्सेज की बनी और ये तीनों फोर्सेज जो है वो आईसीजी के एक शिप पे बोर्ड हुई। जो इनपुट था वो बड़ा ही स्पेसिफिक था, एक्यूरेट लोकेशन और टाइमिंग के साथ में था। साथ ही साथ हमारे इनपुट में हमें जो पाकिस्तानी बोट है वो क्या पासवर्ड यूज़ करने वाली है उसके बारे में पता था। तो इन तीनों चीज़ों के आधार पे हमने वहाँ बड़े ही स्विफ्टली एक ऑपरेशन पूरा किया जिसमें हमें एक सस्पेक्टेड जो बोट थी वो आइडेंटिफाई हुई। उसको करीब जाकर के जब हमने उसको इंटरसेप्ट किया, उसको थोड़ा चेक किया तो उसके अंदर से 6 पाकिस्तानी जो आरोपी है वो इंडियन बॉर्डर के अंदर पाए गए और उनको जब चेक किया गया तो उनके पास में लगभग 60 पैकेट्स हमें मिले जो प्राथमिक रूप से देखने पे मेथाम्फेटामाइन था। आज इसकी पूरी प्रोसेस हो गई है जिसके अंदर इसकी टोटल जो क्वांटिटी है वो लगभग 60.8 kg मेथाम्फेटामाइन उसमें से मिला है जिसकी अंतर्राष्ट्रीय बाजार में जो कीमत है वो लगभग 425 करोड़ रुपए होती है। ये जो 6 के 6 आरोपी हमने पकड़े हैं ये पाकिस्तान के रहने वाले हैं। मूल इनका जो है रेजिडेंस वो पश्चिमी ग्वादर के आसपास का है।
तो पाकिस्तान नेशनल्स हमने पकड़े गए, तो इसमें क्या एक नार्को टेररिज्म का भी एंगल है? क्योंकि हमें हर बार देखने को मिलता है कि जो ड्रग्स का जो नेक्सस है वो जो फाइनेंशियल उसका जो इकोनॉमिक उसके जो रिटर्न्स होते हैं वो टेररिज्म की तरफ जाते हैं। तो क्या ये सारी चीजें भी इस केस में हमें देखने को मिलती है?
इस केस का अभी इन्वेस्टिगेशन स्टार्ट हुआ है। इस केस में अभी तक इस तरह का कोई डायरेक्ट लिंक सामने नहीं आया है, पर नारकोटिक्स और नारकोटिक्स से जो जनरेट होने वाला पैसा है वो टेररिज्म में यूज होता रहा हो, ऐसे हमें पहले भी कई वाक़ये देखने को मिले हैं। नारकोटिक्स और टेररिज्म एक साथ साथ चलने वाली चीज़ें रही है। जो हमारे नेबरिंग कंट्री है वहाँ पे टेररिज्म को बढ़ावा देने के लिए नारकोटिक्स से जो पैसा जनरेट होता है उसको यूज़ करते रहे हैं। आपको ध्यान होगा कि दिसंबर 2022 में गुजरात के ही कोस्ट पे किसी तरह का इंडियन कोस्ट गार्ड और गुजरात एटीएस ने एक केस किया था जिसके अंदर की कि इसी तरह के टेररिज्म से जुड़े हुए लोग और नारकोटिक्स के साथ जुड़े हुए लोग, उस तरह के कार्टेल ने एक कंसाइनमेंट भेजा था जिसमें 40 kg हेरोइन के साथ में 6 फॉरेन मेड पिस्टल्स भी आई थी विद गुड नंबर ऑफ एमुनेशन।
Well, in a big shocker coming in from Punjab, an army major and his team of 16 Jawans were allegedly brutally attacked by the owner and workers of a restaurant on the Manali-Ropar road in Punjab. This leading to grievous injuries to the major and some Jawans. The police filed an FIR at the Kiratpur Sahib police station and arrested 2 of the accused. Now, as per the FIR, the incident took place on late Monday evening, when Major Sachin Singh Kuntal and his troops from Ladakh Scouts were returning from Palchan near Manali in Himachal Pradesh. And the altercation was over the UPI payment is what led to the brawl. It turns out that this altercation lasted even after the payment was actually made, and the restaurant owner essentially demanded that the payment should be made by cash. So far, we are given to understand that the restaurant owner hasn't been arrested. Only 2 people have been arrested so far. My colleague Gursimran spoke to the SHO of Kiratpur Sahib police station. Listen to what he has to say.
सर मैं एक्चुअली पूछना था, ये जो एक केस आया था ना FIR नंबर 12/2024, वो जो आर्मी के मेजर पे जो उन पे असॉल्ट हुआ था, सर उसमें क्या डिटेल्स हैं अभी तक?
उसमें हाँ जी 2 अरेस्ट हो गए हैं।
सर ये कौन लोग हैं?
ये ना वहाँ पे जो वर्कर्स थे जो को एक्यूज थे इसके अंदर, एक तो होटल का मालिक था,
ओके,
और एक जो उसके वर्कर थे।
तो सर टोटल कितने लोग इन्वॉल्व थे इस इंसिडेंट में?
एक्चुअली उन्होंने लिखवाए तो अराउंड नामालूम 30-35 हैं।
ओके,
हमारे पास फुटेज आई है, उसमें इतने नहीं है सीसीटीवी फुटेज में, तो वी आर वर्किंग ऑन इट। जिसकी जो आइडेंटिफिकेशन हुई है हमारे पास, तो उसके अकॉर्डिंग हमने 2 रेड्स की थी। काफी रेड्स तो काफी की है उसमें, पर हमें 2 में सक्सेस हुआ है हमारा। एक है रजनीश एलियस हिमांशु, ये राजपुरा का रहने वाले हैं।
ओके सर, दूसरा?
और सेकंड है ये तनय कुमार, फतेहपुर यूपी का।
ओके, तो सर इंटेंशन इन लोगों की क्या थी?
एक्चुअली इंटेंशन इनकी बहस हुई थी पेमेंट को लेकर। जब बिल बना और पेमेंट करने लगे, अब ढाबे वालों का इंटरनेट काम में वहां पर कोई दिक्कत थी इंटरनेट में, तो इन्होंने कहा कि हमें कैश दे दो। जो दूसरे थे आर्मी ऑफिसर्स थे, वो कहते हम इतना कैश कैरी नहीं कर रहे हैं, तो हम तो यूपीआई से पेमेंट ही कर पाएंगे। तो वो कह रहे थे कि हमारे पास वो आता नहीं है, कोई बार मैसेज नहीं आता पेमेंट का, हमें नेट का प्रॉब्लम आ रही है। तो इस चीज पे जी फिर चलो बाद में सॉर्ट आउट भी हो गया, उन्होंने पेमेंट कर दी यूपीआई और इन्होंने पेमेंट ले ली, ठीक है। बट ये बहस चलती रही और बहस बढ़ गई जब, तो मार पिटाई शुरू हो गया।
तो सर इसमें
मालिक था जो ढाबे का, वो उसने हाथ उठाया। जब उसने हाथ उठाया तो उसने वर्कर्स को भी आवाज लगा दी, और फिर वो साथ में वर्कर जो वेटर वगैरह थे वो भी लग गए।
तो सर सेक्शंस कौन कौन सी इन्वोक की है इसमें?
307,
ओके,
323,
ओके,
341
जी,
506, 148, 149।
Let me also get in a quick response from my colleague Gursimran, who's been tracking this story very closely. Gursimran, Republic, the only network tracking the story very closely. The restaurant owner hasn't been arrested as yet. Once again raises concerns about the intention of the police itself, that you have over 24 hours and the main culprit is on the run.
Yes, Shavan, we spoke to the SSP of the Roopnagar, Gulneet Khurana, a couple of minutes ago about the latest update, and he said that 2 people have been arrested. 10 are still at large. They said that based on the CCTV that they have accessed, there are 10 to 12 is the number of people that they managed to get on the camera, that those who were involved in the attack, including the owner of this restaurant, that is Alpine Restaurant. And now multiple teams have been formed that are now trying to nab the accused. He said that based on the location of their cell phones, several teams have been sent out of the Roopnagar district. Several teams are conducting raids inside the Roopnagar district so that 10 accused that are still at large, they be arrested at an earliest. And also the 2 accused that were arrested, identified as Himanshu and Tanay, both of them have been sent to 1-day police custody, and tomorrow they will be produced again before the court. Now the police has included the section 307, that means attempt to murder, and now they are they are trying that arrest 10 accused are arrested at an earliest. Shavan.
Well, thank you very much, Gursimran, for getting us the latest details. On the other side, we get you a very interesting story coming in from Pakistan. Fake notes have now made their way to cash-strapped Pakistan. Major banks receive 3% to 12% fake currency notes. And this happens to be one of the biggest scams in Pakistan.
Amity faculty have filed over 2,100 patents. Yet another reason why Amity has been ranked among the top for innovation achievements.
We in India know better than almost any other country, and even today parts of India are occupied by another country. But we did not see the world respond saying, oh, there's a great principle involved and therefore let us all go with India. Yes, today we are being told that there are principles involved. I wish I had seen that principle in play for the last 80 years. I've seen those principles cherry-picked when it suits people. My Prime Minister has stood next to President Putin and has said that we do not believe that this is an era of war. We are today for...
In terms of relationship with Russia, India, in terms of the border conflict with Russia, you have been talked about the importance of the territorial integrity and sovereignty, but you have not come out in terms of criticizing Russia aggression to Ukraine, and people may think that this double standard. So what would be your position on this comment?
You know, my position would be that the world is a complicated place. And there are many important principles and beliefs in the world. What happens sometimes in politics, in world politics, is countries pick one issue, one situation, one principle, and they highlight it because it suits them. But if one looks at the principle itself, I mean, we in India know better than almost any other country because immediately after our independence, we experienced aggression. We experienced an effort to change our boundaries, and even today parts of India are occupied by another country. But we did not see the world respond saying, oh, there's a great principle involved and therefore let us all go with India. So yes, today we are being told that there are principles involved. I wish I had seen that principle in play for the last 80 years. I've seen those principles cherry-picked when it suits people and not when it doesn't suit people. But I do think it's an important principle, because, I would say injustice was done to us. I'm not advocating it should be done to everybody else. We have been very clear. My Prime Minister has stood next to President Putin and has said that we do not believe that this is an era of war. We are today for resolving this conflict. We want to see the end to this conflict. But we believe that every conflict finally ends in some kind of, people come to the table. That's how conflicts end. I mean, you can also decide a conflict on the battlefield, but we don't think this conflict will be decided on the battlefield.
In the arid terrain of Rajasthan's Pokhran, Indian military might on display, a first of its kind exercise. Tri-services hold mega exercise Bharat Shakti. From the LCA Tejas fighter jets, robotic mules, T-90 tanks to the Pinaka multi-barrel rocket launcher. Tri-services displayed their prowess during the fire and maneuver exercise at Pokhran field firing ranges. Exercise Bharat Shakti simulated realistic, synergized, multi-domain operations displaying integrated operational capabilities of the Indian Armed Forces to counter threats across land, air, sea, cyber and space domains. The Indian Army's Special Forces, the Indian Navy's Marcos and the Garuds of the Indian Air Force infiltrated a simulated battlefield in all-terrain vehicles and conducted slithering operations while surveillance of the battlefield was carried out by remotely piloted aircraft and drones. This was followed by the degradation of targets by long-range vectors and artillery guns. Indian Navy showcased naval anti-ship missiles, autonomous cargo-carrying aerial vehicles and expendable aerial targets, highlighting maritime strength and technological sophistication. Indian Air Force deployed the indigenously developed light combat aircraft Tejas, light utility helicopters and advanced light helicopters, demonstrating air superiority and versatility in air operations. Besides firepower and ammunition, logistics. Ladies and gentlemen, fake notes make way to the cash-strapped Pakistan. Major banks have received 3% to 12% fake currency notes. And this happens to be one of the biggest scams to have rocked Pakistan. It all started with a video purportedly made by an alleged bank staffer shows incomplete printed bank notes. Here's the full story.
notes have made their way to cash-strapped Pakistan. All the major banks across the country have received 3% to 12% fake currency notes. A video purportedly made by an alleged bank staffer shows incomplete printed banknotes. The video surfaced on social media showing a man calling himself the manager of National Bank of Pakistan. The man is seen holding two Rs 1,000 currency notes, which are blank from the backside. This has prompted the State Bank of Pakistan to announce an investigation.
This finally made State Bank of Pakistan to take notice of it and issued a clarification. According to the spokesperson of State Bank of Pakistan, it was not a case of fake currency notes. Rather, these notes were somehow misprinted and there was nothing to worry about. Nobody has to worry about it. And according to the spokesperson, anyone who can get hold of these currency notes accidentally, they can get it exchanged from nearby.
The laxity of printing staff of Pakistan's security printing press in Karachi has sparked major concerns in the bankrupt Pakistan. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
अस्सलामुअलैकुम, ये मैं नेशनल बैंक मॉडल कॉलोनी से ब्रांच मैनेजर बात कर रहा हूँ। आज सुबह हमारे पास नया कैश आया है जिसमें कि ये नोट हैं और 1000 के भी आए हैं, 500 के भी और 5000 के भी। सारा फ्रेश कैश है और इसमें जो है वो ये हालात हैं इन नोटों के ये। और इस तरह के कितने पैकेट चले गए हैं मुझे नहीं पता, अब लोग वापस लेकर आएंगे तो पता चलेगा। ये तो एक आदमी ने कस्टमर ने वापस किया है तो ये पता चला। इसके अलावा हमने एक और बंडल भी चेक किया, ये एक और पैकेट है, इसमें भी यही हाल है।
अच्छा, इसकी डेट कब तक है? 31 मार्च।
ये सीरियल मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ।
ये सीरियल है,
ये सीरियल है इसकी। और इसमें ये एक नोट है
28 है, 29 इस तरह का, 30 इस तरह का।
ये दो नोट, हर पैकेट में 2 नोट इस तरह से हैं। ये क्या सिलसिला है?
This finally made State Bank of Pakistan to take notice of it and issued a clarification. According to the spokesperson of State Bank of Pakistan, it was not a case of fake currency notes. Rather, these notes were somehow misprinted and there was nothing to worry about. Nobody has to worry about it. And according to the spokesperson, anyone who can get hold of these currency notes, accidentally they can get it exchanged from nearby any branch of the bank. But one thing is for sure, Pakistanis are panicked. It was only last year when fake notes of rupees 5,000 shocked every Pakistani. And so far, the Pakistani authorities could not come up to find a foolproof solution to stop these fake currency notes. And now we are facing
hate politics at its peak yet again. Indian minister insults Prime Minister in a purported video.
Anybody who is in defense of Sanatan Dharma, Bharatiya Sanskriti, Bharatiya culture, now the DMK wants to eradicate them too. It shows the mindset. It is not Muhabbat ki dukaan, it is Nafrat ke bhaichara. And this is nothing new. Congress party leader also recently in Karnataka said, I will beat up Prime Minister.
Complete uproar over India's hate politics. India yet to confirm. Video BJP demands action. BJP to release second list for Lok Sabha election. Sources say that two big names from Maharashtra are likely to make it. Top sources say BJP may go for overhaul and candidates from Karnataka. 8 to 10 sitting MPs likely to be dropped. Manohar Lal Khattar resigns from Karnal Assembly seat. Is Lok Sabha contest next for him? And major curiosity over TMC split as Mamta's brother raises objection over Havra candidate. Viewers, we're live and breaking, and we get to top stories coming in as we count down to the Lok Sabha elections. And we are coming to know that from West Bengal, Mamta Banerjee's brother Babun has raised objection to TMC's Havra candidate. Now, while Babun has said that he will forever stand with Didi, he has also hinted at contesting as an independent and speculating. Speculation is very rife right now over a major split in the party. Listen in.
দেখুন আপনাদের আমি একটা কথা বলি, আমি শুনেছি এটা আমার কানে এসেছে। আমি যেদিন থেকে পার্টি করি কোটি কোটি মানুষের সাথে কাজ করি এবং আমি একবার নয় হাজারবার লক্ষবার বলেছি যে আমার পরিবার বলে কিছু পরিবার নেই, আমার পরিবার হচ্ছে মানুষের পরিবার, মামাটি মানুষের পরিবার। আর আমাদের পরিবারে যদি রক্তের পরিবার ধরেন, নিউ জেনারেশনদের নিয়ে, যেমন পাহাড়ে কিছুদিন আগে একটা বিয়ে হলো, আমাদের প্রায় 32 জন মেম্বার আছে পরিবারে। আমাদের কেউ কিন্তু এরকম নয়, এটাতে সবাই খুব ক্ষুব্ধ এবং আমি সরাসরি বলছি, বড় হলে অনেকের লোভ একটু বেশি বেড়ে যায়। পরিবারটাকে বাদ দিয়ে যে যার খেলা খেলুক। আমার পরিবারের ও কোনো মেম্বার বলে আমি মনে করি না। আজ থেকে আমি সব সম্পর্ক, শুধু আমি নই, আমাদের রক্তের পরিবারেরও যারা আছে, মামাটি মানুষের পরিবারেরও যারা আছে, সমস্ত সম্পর্ক ওর সাথে থেকে শিবছেদ হয়ে গেল। আজ থেকে কোনো রিলেশন আমার ভাই হিসেবে কেউ পরিচয় দেবেন না। ইন্ডিভিজুয়াল নাগরিক হিসেবে আপনারা কেউ কারো পরিচয় দিতেই পারে, সেটা আলাদা ব্যাপার, কিন্তু প্লিজ দয়া করে আমার নামটা ইউজ করবেন না, বিকজ আমি টোটাল ডিসঅ্যাসোসিয়েট করে দিয়েছি আমাদের ফ্যামিলি বন্ডিং।
Republic also spoke to Mamta's brother Babun on the face-off. Let's play out that exclusive conversation.
তো আমি বিজেপিতে যাচ্ছি না, এটুকু আপনাকে বললাম, আর কিছু আমার কম্পাস নেই, এটাই আমার কথা।
আপনি কি নির্দলে দাঁড়াবেন?
আমি সেটা দাঁড়াবো কি দাঁড়াবো না, দলের সঙ্গে কথা বলি, আমি কথা বলি।
আপনার তো অনুরাগ ঠাকুর সবার সাথে খুব ভালো সম্পর্ক খেলার জগতের কারণে, হ্যাঁ, সেরকম আপনি দিল্লিতে আছেন, কোনো মিটিং টিটিং হয়েছে বাবুন দা?
না না, কোনো মিটিং নেই। আমার অ্যাকচুয়ালি আমার কোন দাদা তার একটু এমসে ভর্তি আছে, তাকে আমি একটু দেখতে এসেছিলাম, সেটাই মেন কারণ, আর কোনো কারণ না।
বাবুন দা, প্রসূন বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায়কে দল টিকিট দিয়েছে,
হকির ব্যাপার আছে একটু।
viewers, getting some big breaking news coming in from Karnataka. Dr. C.N. Manjunath, the son-in-law of former Prime Minister and JDS Supremo, met former CM B.S. Yediyurappa a day ahead of joining the BJP. Dr. Manjunath is likely to be fielded from Bengaluru Rural against D.K. Suresh. And I just want to go across to my colleague Prajwal, who's joining us. Prajwal, I'm coming to you right now. If you could take our viewers through, what we can expect in terms of this development we are seeing just ahead of the polls.
This is a major update because just a day ahead of joining the BJP party, Dr. C.N. Manjunath has met B.S. Yediyurappa as well, and this comes in the backdrop of the former Chief Minister of Karnataka just coming in from New Delhi, from the national capital, after going ahead and deciding over the seats too, because from what we get to understand now, the BJP's seats for the state of Karnataka will be released in two phases, and Dr. C.N. Manjunath, even though he is the son-in-law of the former Prime Minister H.D. Devegowda, and also the brother-in-law of H.D. Kumaraswamy, he's been convinced by the JDS First family to go ahead and contest on a BJP ticket as well. Because remember that the Bengaluru Rural Lok Sabha constituency is an amalgamation of those constituencies which comes to Karnataka Rural, mainly bordering that of Bengaluru city, and also a few of the assembly constituencies in Bengaluru, namely Rajarajeshwari Nagar as well. So considering all these factors now, Dr. C.N. Manjunath, it is best thought by the allies, that is BJP and the JDS, for him to officially join the BJP party, and once he goes on to join the BJP party, he will be fielded from Bengaluru Rural, because we are expecting the BJP to make the announcement on the second list anytime soon. So this is definitely a vital cog to make sure that the BJP hits where it hurts for the Congress party in the state of Karnataka by fielding Dr. C.N. Manjunath, who was the former director of the Jaideva Hospital and the Jaideva Institute of Cardiology as well. So he's a well-known person. He's been known among the people as a famous doctor, but this time around he's all set to make his political debut. Shivangi.
All right, thank you for joining us with all the details coming in right now. What we see is that big update coming in where Dr. C.N. Manjunath, the son-in-law of former PM and JDS Supremo, has met CM B.S. Yediyurappa a day ahead of joining the BJP. Taking a very short break, much more coming up as we keep getting you top updates on India's #1 news channel, Republic TV. BJP to release second list for Lok Sabha elections. Sources say that two big names from Maharashtra are likely to make it.
Amity faculty have filed over 2,100 patents. Yet another reason why Amity has been ranked among the top for innovation achievements.
we in India know better than almost any other country. And even today, parts of India are occupied by another country. But we did not see the world respond saying, oh, there's a great principle involved, and therefore let us all go with India. Yes, today we are being told that there are principles involved. I wish I had seen that principle in play for the last 80 years. I've seen those principles cherry-picked when it suits people. My Prime Minister has stood next to President Putin and has said that we do not believe that this is an era of war. We are today for...
In terms of relationship with Russia, India, in terms of the border conflict with Russia, you have been talked about the importance of the territorial integrity and sovereignty, but you have not come out in terms of criticizing Russia aggression to Ukraine, and people may think that this double standard. So what would be your position on this comment?
You know, my position would be that the world is a complicated place, and there are many important principles and beliefs in the world. What happens sometimes in politics, in world politics, is countries pick one issue, one situation, one principle, and they highlight it because it suits them. But if one looks at the principle itself, I mean, we in India know better than almost any other country because immediately after our independence, we experienced aggression. We experienced an effort to change our boundaries, and even today, parts of India are occupied by another country. But we did not see the world respond saying, oh, there's a great principle involved, and therefore let us all go with India. So, yes, today we are being told that there are principles involved. I wish I had seen that principle in play for the last 80 years. I've seen those principles cherry-picked when it suits people and not when it doesn't suit people. But I do think it's an important principle, because, I would say injustice was done to us. I'm not advocating it should be done to everybody else. We have been very clear. My Prime Minister has stood next to President Putin and has said that we do not believe that this is an era of war. We are today for resolving this conflict. We want to see the end to this conflict. But we believe that every conflict finally ends in some kind of, people come to the table. That's how conflicts end. I mean, you can also decide a conflict on the battlefield, but we don't think this conflict will be decided on the battlefield.
In the arid terrain of Rajasthan's Pokhran, Indian military might on display, a first of its kind exercise. Tri-services hold mega exercise Bharat Shakti. From the LCA Tejas fighter jets, robotic mules, T-90 tanks to the Pinaka multi-barrel rocket launcher. Tri-services displayed their prowess during the fire and maneuver exercise at Pokhran field firing ranges. Exercise Bharat Shakti simulated realistic, synergized, multi-domain operations displaying integrated operational capabilities of the Indian Armed Forces to counter threats across land, air, sea, cyber and space domains. The Indian Army's Special Forces, the Indian Navy's Marcos and the Garuds of the Indian Air Force infiltrated a simulated battlefield in all-terrain vehicles and conducted slithering operations while
Lok Jan Party President Chirag Paswan met BJP National President JP Nadda in the meeting. They finalized the seat sharing in Bihar for the upcoming Lok Sabha polls. LJP Chief Chirag Paswan said that NDA will win 40 seats in Bihar and added that a seat sharing formula will be announced soon. He added that NDA will achieve the target of 400 seats in the country.
अस्सलामुअलैकुम। ये मैं नेशनल बैंक मॉडल कॉलोनी से ब्रांच मैनेजर बात कर रहा हूँ। आज सुबह हमारे पास नया कैश आया है जिसमें कि ये नोट हैं और 1000 के भी आए हैं, 500 के भी और 5000 के भी। सारा फ्रेश कैश है और इसमें जो है वो ये हालात हैं इन नोटों के ये। और इस तरह के कितने पैकेट चले गए हैं मुझे नहीं पता, अब लोग वापस लेकर आएंगे तो पता चलेगा। ये तो एक आदमी ने कस्टमर ने वापस किया है तो ये पता चला। इसके अलावा हमने एक और बंडल भी चेक किया, ये एक और पैकेट है, इसमें भी यही हाल है।
अच्छा, इसकी डेट कब तक है? 31 मार्च।
ये सीरियल आपको दिखाता हूँ।
ये सीरियल है,
ये सीरियल है इसकी। और इसमें ये एक नोट है
28 है, 29 इस तरह का, 29 इस तरह का।
ये दो नोट, हर पैकेट में 2 नोट इस तरह से हैं। ये क्या सिलसिला है?
This finally made State Bank of Pakistan to take notice of it and issued a clarification. According to the spokesperson of State Bank of Pakistan, it was not a case of fake currency note. Rather, these notes were somehow misprinted and there was nothing to worry about. Nobody has to worry about it. And according to the spokesperson, anyone who can get hold of these currency notes accidentally, they can get it exchanged from nearby any branch of the bank. But one thing is for sure, Pakistanis are panicked. It was only last year when fake notes of rupees 5,000 shocked every Pakistani, and so far the Pakistani authorities could not come up to find a foolproof solution to stop these fake currency notes. And now we are facing another saga of misprinted currency notes.
Xiaomi has announced the start of deliveries for its first electric vehicle, the SU7, this month, marking its entry into the competitive Chinese automobile market. Xiaomi has established 59 stores across 29 cities for facilitating orders. The company announcement was made through a Weibo post. A grand launch event for the SU7 is scheduled for March 28, coinciding with the unveiling of its price tag. China experienced an 18% increase in EV sales in January and February, trailing closely behind the 21% growth observed throughout 2023. In order to attract consumers amid weakening demand, key players like BYD have implemented aggressive price reductions in the Chinese EV market. Xiaomi's EVs will be manufactured by a unit of state-owned automaker BAIC Group in Beijing, with an annual capacity of 2 lakh units of the vehicle. With a $10 billion investment in the automotive sector over the next decade, Xiaomi is among the few newcomers in China's EV market to receive approval amid concerns of oversupply.
Studio, your one stop for all the breaking news updates, and I am Nikita Sahai.
Amity faculty have filed over 2,100 patents. Yet another reason why Amity has been ranked among the top for innovation achievements.
We in India know better than almost any other country, and even today parts of India are occupied by another country. But we did not see the world respond saying, oh, there's a great principle involved and therefore let us all go with India. Yes, today we are being told that there are principles involved. I wish I had seen that principle in play for the last 80 years. I've seen those principles cherry-picked when it suits people. My Prime Minister has stood next to President Putin and has said that we do not believe that this is an era of war. We are today for...
In terms of relationship with Russia, India, in terms of the border conflict with Russia, you have been talked about the importance of the territorial integrity and sovereignty, but you have not come out in terms of criticizing Russia aggression to Ukraine, and people may think that this double standard. So what would be your position on this comment?
You know, my position would be that the world is a complicated place, and there are many important principles and beliefs in the world. What happens sometimes in politics, in world politics, is countries pick one issue, one situation, one principle, and they highlight it because it suits them. But if one looks at the principle itself, I mean, we in India know better than almost any other country because immediately after our independence, we experienced aggression. We experienced an effort to change our boundaries, and even today parts of India are occupied by another country. But we did not see the world respond saying, oh, there's a great principle involved and therefore let us all go with India. So yes, today we are being told that there are principles involved. I wish I had seen that principle in play for the last 80 years. I've seen those principles cherry-picked when it suits people and not...
Politics at its peak yet again. Indian minister insults Prime Minister in a purported video. BJP to release second list for Lok Sabha election. Sources say two big names from Maharashtra are likely to make it. Top sources say BJP may go for overhaul in candidates from Karnataka. 8 to 10 sitting MPs likely to be dropped. Manohar Lal Khattar resigns from Karnal Assembly seat in his Lok Sabha context next for him. Major curiosity over Trinamool Congress split as Mamata's brother raises objection over Howrah candidate. Ladies and gentlemen, the Indie is back with abuse politics, and this time they have crossed all lines, not for the first time, but Tamil Nadu Minister and DMK leader has sparked outrage over issuing death threats to the Prime Minister. In a speech that was tweeted by the Bharatiya Janata Party during the 71st birthday celebrations of Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin in Chennai, the minister stated that if he wanted a minister, he would tear the Prime Minister into pieces. Listen to that outrageous comment. In fact, Republic TV has also spoken to the Tamil Nadu minister, who now says that he never meant that.
ரத்தத்தை சிந்தி வளர்த்த அந்த திமுக யாரோ ஒழிக்கிறேன்னு சொன்னான், அவன் தான் ஒழிஞ்சு போயிடுவாங்க தவிர இந்த இயக்கம் கம்பீரமாக நிற்கும். எல்லாம் வேற எங்கன்னா போய் பாரு. நான் அமைச்சர் கொஞ்சம் அடக்கி வாசிக்கிறேன், இல்லைன்னா பீஸ் பீஸ் ஆகிடுவேன். ஏனாதாலும் அதாவது எவ்வளவு பிரதமர் நாங்க பாத்துக்கிறோம், இவ்வளவு மட்டமா பேசுற போது பிரதமரை நாங்க பார்க்கவே இல்லை. ஓய்ச்சிருவாரு ஓய்ச்சிருவியா எப்படி சொன்னாரு ஒன்னே சொல்றது கேட்டுதா இந்த திமுக வந்து சாதாரணமான இயக்கம் பல பேர் உயிர் தியாகம் செய்து வளர்க்கப்பட்ட இயக்கம் ரத்தத்தை சிந்தி வளர்த்த இயக்கம் இந்த திமுக யாரோ ஒழிக்கணும்னு சொன்னான் அவன் தான் ஒழிஞ்சு போயிடுவாங்க தவிர இந்த இயக்கம் கம்பீரமாக நிற்கும் எல்லாம் வேற எங்கன்னா போய் பாரு நான் அமைச்சர் போய் அடைக்கி வாசிக்கிறேன் இல்லைன்னா பீஸ் ஆகிடுவேன்.
Ladies and gentlemen, hours after the CAA was notified, the opposition resorted to fear-mongering. Opposition states like Tamil Nadu, West Bengal and others have said that they will not implement CAA in their state. Union Home Minister Amit Shah slammed the ND for opposing the Citizenship Act, saying their sentiments against the law stems from appeasement and vote bank politics. He also said that he had a special message to give to the Muslim women of the country. Listen in to what Union Home Minister Amit Shah had to say.
ट्रिपल तलाक को हम समाप्त कर देंगे, किसी की हिम्मत नहीं थी। लाखों करोड़ों मुस्लिम माताओं बहनों के साथ अन्याय होता था। मुस्लिम की बात करने वाले, माइनॉरिटी की बात करने वाले मुस्लिम माताओं की आवाज नहीं सुनते थे। मोदी जी ने ट्रिपल तलाक को समाप्त कर दिया और देश में सभी को अधिकार मिला। मोदी जी ने कहा था कि हम महिलाओं को 33% आरक्षण देंगे। कांग्रेस पार्टी सालों तक सत्ता पर रही, परंतु उनको 33% आरक्षण रिजर्वेशन नहीं मिला। मोदी जी ने विधानसभा और लोकसभा में मातृशक्ति को 33% रिजर्वेशन देकर मातृशक्ति का सम्मान करने का काम किया। और अभी अभी कल ही हमने कहा था हम CAA लाएंगे। कांग्रेस पार्टी CAA का विरोध करती थी। आजादी के वक्त से कांग्रेस पार्टी और हमारे संविधान निर्माताओं का वादा था कि बांग्लादेश, अफगानिस्तान और पाकिस्तान से जो शरणार्थी आएंगे, जो वहां की प्रताड़ना झेल कर आएंगे, उसको हम नागरिकता देंगे। मगर तुष्टीकरण की, वोट बैंक की राजनीति के कारण कांग्रेस पार्टी इसका विरोध करती थी। लाखों करोड़ों लोग पाकिस्तान से और बांग्लादेश से अपना धर्म बचाने के लिए, अपना सम्मान बचाने के लिए इस देश में आए। उनको नागरिकता नहीं मिलती थी। अपने ही देश में वो नागरिकता के बगैर अपमानित होते थे। नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने हिंदू, बौद्ध, जैन, ये सारे सिख, ये सारे लोगों को नागरिकता देकर उनका सम्मान करने का काम नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने किया। भाई और बहनों, हमने इस शरणार्थियों को सम्मानजनक जीवन देने का काम किया है। उनकी संस्कृति, उनकी भाषा, उनका धर्म, उनके परिवार की महिलाओं का सम्मान, उसका रक्षा करने का काम किया है। और आज से, कल से इस देश में आया हुआ हर एक शरणार्थी मेरे और आपके जितना ही अधिकारी है इस देश पर। ये अधिकार हमने ही। मित्रों, आज तेलंगाना की जनता ने फैसला एक प्रकार से 3 पार्टियों के सामने भाजपा का चुनाव है। कांग्रेस पार्टी, TRS और मजलिस। मगर मैं कहता हूं ये तीनों पार्टियों का एजेंडा एक ही है। मेरी बात ध्यान से सुनना। 3 पार्टियों के सामने तेलंगाना की जनता को, भारतीय जनता पार्टी को और मोदी जी को चुनना है। 1 कांग्रेस पार्टी, 2 TRS, तीसरा मजलिस। परंतु पार्टी कहने को 3 है, मगर एजेंडा एक ही है। एक कांग्रेस और TRS मजलिस के एजेंडे पे चलते हैं, मजलिस का एजेंडा लागू करता है। मुझे भाई और बहनों बताओ, हैदराबाद स्थापना दिन मनाना चाहिए या नहीं मनाना चाहिए? जोर से बोलिए, मनाना चाहिए या नहीं मनाना चाहिए?
begin that big breaking news coming in. BJP has now released the second list of the candidates. List has been out for states of Gujarat, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Telangana, Tripura, Uttarakhand. A total of 72 candidates have already been named. The big news now coming in. As far as the names from Maharashtra is concerned, Nitin Gadkari is going to contest from Nagpur. Sitting Minister Sudhir Mungantiwar is going to contest from Chandrapur. As far as Union Minister Piyush Goyal is concerned, his name two figures in from Maharashtra. In Mumbai North is from where Piyush Goyal would be contesting, is what we are picking up. Also from Beed, Pankaja Munde, daughter of Gopinath Munde, is also going to contest. Now, these are the big names as far as the state of Maharashtra is concerned. Let me also take you through some of the big names being fielded from Karnataka. A short while back, we had already put out the news that there would be changes coming in. Only few of them would be retaining. Tejaswi Surya retains his seat from Bangalore South. From Bangalore North, it would be Shobha Karandajle. And then Prahlad Joshi also continues. Basavaraj Bommai, the former Chief Minister of Karnataka, would be contesting from Haveri. From Dharwad, it would be Prahlad Joshi. Another big name that is doing the rounds is coming in from the state of Haryana, where we're being told that we have a few other names that are now coming in. From Himachal Pradesh, it's going to be Union Minister Anurag Singh Thakur from Hamirpur. Let me also quickly bring in our senior executive editor Abhishek Kapoor, who is going to join us on this broadcast. Manohar Lal Khattar has also been named from Karnal, where he's going to contest. Remember, he's resigned as the chief minister. A new chief minister has been brought in. But you have big names now coming in as far as the second list of the BJP is concerned. 72 names have already been put out in this list. Abhishek, if you can hear me, big names figuring in the second list too. It was expected that Piyush Goyal would be fielded from Mumbai North, a confirmation now coming in. Similarly, a lot of speculations with regards to Nitin Gadkari. He too gets his seat from Nagpur.
Yes, absolutely. That's a big one. Nitin Gadkari, with all the speculation that we were in Chavan. With all the speculation we were hearing, Shawan, about Nitin Gadkari, this should seal that debate with Nitin Gadkari getting the seat from getting the ticket from Nagpur, and then of course two seats of Delhi now getting a candidate, Harsh Malhotra from East Delhi and Yogendra Chandolia from Northwest Delhi. That's a reserve constituency. And then if you look at Gujarat. We have Ahmedabad East, Hasmukh Bhai Patel. We have Bhavnagar, Niniben Bambania. We have Vadodara, Ranjan Ben Bhatt is being repeated. Chota Udaipur, Chasubai, Dhirubai Rathwa, a new name coming in, and Valsad Dhaval Patel. What is important is that if you go seat-wise, Haryana, for example, Manohar Lal Khattar gets to contest from Karnal. He's, remember, the chief minister who passed on the baton to another team yesterday, and now he gets his name in the Haryana list from Karnal, as was believed Ashok Tawar to contest from Sirsa. Rao Inderjeet Singh from Gurgaon is essentially being repeated. Krishan Pal Gurjar from Faridabad, and that's again a repeat. Anurag Thakur from Himachal Pradesh. And Suresh Kumar Kashyap from Shimla. Karnataka, the big churn that was expected. So if I'm looking for the churn, Shawan. So if you look at Mysuru, you are seeing a replacement of Pratap Sima, who was a sitting MP, being replaced with Yaduvir Krishnadatta Chamaraj Vadeyar. Similarly, if you go to Bengaluru North, you have Shobha Karandalaje, as we reported, in place of Sadanand Gowda, and among the other important seats, Tejasvi Surya retains Bengaluru South, P.C. Mohan from Bengaluru Central, and C. and Manjunath, who was being talked about. Again, we got the story a while back from our Kannada network. Bengaluru Rural, S. Balaraj from Chamarajnagar, to V. Somanna from Tumkuru, and this essentially means that there is a big churn happening in Karnataka with all these names that we are going through. Anna Saheb Shankar Jole from Chikkodi, P.T. Gadiguddar from Bagalkot, Ramesh Jagjinagi from Bijapur, he's a repeat obviously, Umesh Jadhav from Gulbarga. We have Bhagwant Khuba from Bidar, he's also getting repeated. There was this talk that he might not get repeated. Basavaraj Kayavatar from Koppal, B. Sriva Ramulu from Bellari, so getting repeated. And then you have coming to Madhya Pradesh, the important seat of Chhindwara going to Vivek Panti Sahu, and the Indore seat going to Shankar Lalwani, who is a repeat. Vivek Banti Sahu is someone who has contested 2 elections from Chhindwara Assembly segment, and now getting to contest for Lok Sabha against Nakul Nath. Bharti Pardi from Balaghat, Anil Firozia from Ujjain, and that completes the Madhya Pradesh list. Maharashtra, big one, as we mentioned, Chavan, from Nagpur, Nitin Jairam Gadkari. I think this would seal the debate, which was started by a mischief from Uddhav Thackeray when he said that if the Nitin Gadkari name is not there in first list, would he want to contest from Shiv Sena? Sudhir Mungantiwar contesting from Chandrapur, Pratap Rao Patil Chikalikar from Nanded. You have Rao Sav Dadarao Danve from Jalna. And Dindori, you have Bharti Praveen Pawar. So of course, she's a minister. She gets repeat from Pune, Muralidhar Kishan Mohan. And from Mumbai, Northeast, Meher Kotecha, Mumbai North, Piyush Goyal. So that's a big one. Piyush Goyal getting from Mumbai North. And Jalna, Rao Sahib Danve. And Dindori, I mentioned Bharti Praveen Pawar. Bhivandi, Kapil Moreshwar, Patil, Kapil Patil has contested from there earlier. Akola, Anup Dhotre, Raver, Raksha, Nikhil Khadse, and Jalgaon, Smita Wagh, and Dhule, Subhash Bhamre. So that completes the Maharashtra list. There is Ahmednagar, Dr. Krishna Vikhe Patil, Beed, Srimati Pankaja Munde, she gets a repeat. Latur, Sudhakar Tukaram, Shrangare, and Madha, you have Ranjit Sinha, Hindu Rao, Nayak Nimbalkar on Sangli. You have Sanjay Kaka Patil now. That means 20 seats being declared from Maharashtra. Telangana, 6 seats being declared, Shavan. You have Godam Nagesh from Adilabad, Gomasa Srinivas from Pedapalle. You have Madhavaneni Raghunandan Rao from Medak, D.K. Aruna from Mahbub Nagar, Swaida Reddy from Nalagonda, and Azmira Sitaram Naik from Mehbubabad, which is a reserved ST constituency. 1 seat from Tripura East going to Maharani Kriti Singh Debbarma. And that's an important announcement, I believe. Recently, we had Tripura Motha and the government coming to an agreement insofar as peace process in Tripura is concerned. And you have the royal Scion wife, I believe, Maharani Kriti Singh Debbarma, getting a seat from Tripura East. And then, of course, Uttarakhand, the big one, BJP media chief Anil Baluni getting a seat from Garhwal, and Trivendra Singh Rawat contesting from Haridwar, the former chief minister of Uttarakhand. That completes the list total of 72 being announced by the BJP in the second list, Shavan. And the analysis, the takeaways, the important ones, of course, Nitin Gadkari from Nagpur, Piyush Goyal from Mumbai North, Tejasvi Surya from Bengaluru South, Shobha Karandalaje from Bengaluru North. We are seeing many seats having been denied to the sitting MPs insofar as Karnataka is concerned. So Dakshina Kannada district Captain Brajesh Chauta comes in place of Nalin Kapil. Essentially what we are seeing is in the case of Karnataka, the BJP chopping many of the sitting MPs essentially as a churn because of the kind of result that Karnataka showed. So obviously some responsibility being fixed there. Himachal Pradesh, of course, sitting minister Anurag Singh Thakur, Minister of Information and Broadcasting, recontesting from his home turf of Hamirpur. And apart from that, if you look at the list, most of the ministers, Rao Inderjeet Singh, Krishan Pal Gujar from Haryana, getting a repeat. Manohar Lal Khattar, of course, as was discussed, because he gave up the Chief Minister's chair to Nayab Singh Saini yesterday. He moves on to the Lok Sabha. with the contest for him from Karnal in the BJP list that's coming in from Surat. If you go back to Gujarat, Mukesh Bhai Chandrakant Dalal. You have from Dhaval Patel from Valsad. You have Jasubai Bhilubai Ratwa from Toda Udaipur. Ranjan Ben Batra from. You have Nimuben Bambania from Bhavnagar. And Ahmedabad East seat has gone to Hasmukh Bhai Soma Bhai Patel. And then you have Sabarkantha seat in North Gujarat, Dudaji Bhai Thakur. That completes the Gujarat list. I'm repeating essentially the Delhi 2 seats that were left open in the last announcement getting completed now, with the East Delhi seat going to Harsh Malhotra and North West Delhi Reserve seat going to the Scheduled Caste Reserve seat going to Yogendra Chandolia, and Dadar and Nagar Haveli seat going to Kalaben Delkar. I believe she's the wife of Mohan Delkar, the independent MP. And now I think that family getting accommodated after Mohan Delkar had committed suicide. So I think this is a list which takes care of the Karnataka losses, Shawan, and brings in all the ministers, the performing ministers, Piyush Goyal, Nitin Gadkari, Anurag Singh, Thakur, among others, gets in fresh blood. Remember, Anil Baluni happens to be a sitting member of Parliament in Rajya Sabha. He gets a ticket to contest from Garhwal in Uttarakhand for Lok Sabha. And there Abhishek. Of course, Rao Inderjeet Singh Yadav and Krishnapal Gurjar from Faridabad and Gurgaon respectively. So I would say a lot of continuity there except for Karnataka, Shawan, and some of the seats that were left in Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh, their candidates getting announced in the BJP second list, with 72 names in the list that has been released by the party just now.
Right. Abhishek, I'll just request you to stay on with us as we break it down for our viewers. Some big names coming in. Contrast it to the list that was put out by the Congress party, where you have the Congress heavyweights running away, from contesting the Lok Sabha polls. But the state to really focus currently is Karnataka. Let me also bring in my colleague and our executive editor, Niranjan, and then I'll bring in our senior editor, Sucharita from Bharat Newsroom. Niranjan, a lot of changes that have been brought in Karnataka, and perhaps the focus right now for the Bharatiya Janata Party is the southern states, because it is going to be difficult when it comes to a state like Tamil Nadu, or for that matter Kerala. The number game changes when it comes to Karnataka, because they are certainly hopeful that they will be able to stop the Congress in the state of Karnataka. So those changes that have been made, Pratap Simha's comments with regards to Yaduvir is something, is something that made headlines a while back.
Shawan, let me tell you one thing. It's very interesting what the BJP is trying to do in Karnataka. I can tell you that, first of all, Republic broke this evening that 7 to 10. We had said 7 to 10 MPs would be replaced. Spot on. In the list that I have, 7 MPs, 7 sitting MPs have been replaced. And look at the stature of these MPs. Nalin Kumar Katil. Nalin Kumar Katil has been the BJP chief of Karnataka, dropped. Pratap Simha, one of the notable faces from the BJP, parliamentarian from Mysuru, dropped to make way for Yaduvir, an erstwhile scion of Mysuru, a royal. They have picked a royal. Yaduvir has been picked up by the BJP. And look at Sadanand Gowda. Sadanand Gowda has been a chief minister. A former chief minister has been dropped, and he has put out a post today while thanking everybody. He says when the time comes, he will speak his mind. Perhaps he's also miffed, but we all knew that he's going to lose his ticket anyway. And then you have someone like Siddeshwar who's been replaced, but somebody from his family is getting the ticket. But the point is, 7 MPs have been replaced, Shawan. And if the BJP won 25 seats in 2019, 25 plus 1, given that Sumalata was the independent who later went on to support the BJP, their aim is to get nothing less than 20, less than the last number, which was 26. They have made big changes, but there are many surprises from the state of Karnataka. Let me go through that list with you. Some of the big names for you: Dr. Umesh Jadhav from Kalaburgi, who will be up against somebody we are expecting from Kharge's family. It is also Kharge's stronghold, so there is a possibility that he will be fighting against somebody from Mallikarjun Kharge's family. Kharge himself is not willing to fight this time. We've been breaking that detail. Somebody from his family, perhaps his son-in-law, could be fighting this time. And you look at some of the other names. Surprising that they've actually gone in for some of the leaders who actually face some negative comments or feedback. For example, there's Bhagwant Kuba, who's also Union Minister from Bidar. But there were many within the party who begged and pleaded for him not to be given a ticket, but he's been given a ticket anyway. I'm sure they've done their own homework. But some unknown names, some new entries. For example, in Koppal, there's a new entrant called Dr. Basavraj Kayavathur, and Sriramulu has been given a ticket once again. Basavraj Bommai, a former Chief Minister, surprise entry. There were rumors for quite some time now that he could be accommodated by the BJP in the Lok Sabha elections. A former Chief Minister has been given the ticket once again from Haveri. It's a surprise because if they've gone in for fresh faces and they've gone in for winnability, this is a little bit of a surprise. Basavraj Bommai there. Prahlad Joshi from Dharwad. Prahlad Joshi is a Union Minister, Union Parliamentary Affairs Minister. No surprises there. He's been retained in Dharwad. Davangere, there's one change. B.Y. Raghavendra in Shivamogga, the bastion of the Yediyurappa family, Yediyurappa's son, B.Y. Raghavendra, has been given a ticket there. A surprise also in Udupi Chikmagalur, which used to be Shobha Karandlaje's seat. There, a new candidate, Kota Srinivas Pujari, has been picked up. In Dakshina Kannada, there's a new candidate, Captain Brijesh Chauta, who's been given a ticket. Though his names were doing the rounds. There is a rebel, rebel called V. Somanna from Tumkur, there was a lot of rumors that he could have joined the Congress party. That could have happened, but they've retained him. They've given him a ticket. He wanted a ticket from Tumkur. He's got that. In Mysuru, it is Yaduvir Chamaraja Vadiyar, expected, given the Pratap Simha upheaval. But going through these names, and just one interesting name I want to mention, Dr. Manjunath. Dr. Manjunath is one of the most renowned names in medicine in Karnataka, has been at the helm of the Jayadeva Hospital, one of the most famous hospitals in Bengaluru. So he's been given a ticket from Bengaluru Rural. Bengaluru Rural is the seat of DK Shivkumar's brother, DK Suresh. So you have DK Suresh, who wanted a separate country. DK Suresh versus Dr. Manjunath. It is one of the battles to watch out for in 2024, because the Congress won just one seat. They just won one seat in 2019, and that was DK Suresh, the only parliamentarian from Karnataka. And he will be up against Dr. Manjunath, who is extremely popular from the state of Karnataka. So the BJP really going for the jugular this time, because Manjunath he's new to politics. He's just entered the BJP. He joined the BJP. I mean, he's going to join the BJP tomorrow. He just met Yediyurappa today. Now, given all of these developments, it's a fight to watch out for. And Shobha Karandlaje, union, she's been a union minister in the past, has been given Bengaluru North, which is a surprise. They've changed her seat. She's got the Bengaluru North seat. It's a seat that the BJP is most likely to win. They're very strong in that seat, so they've given her a safe seat, if I can say that. PC Mohan continues to be, the candidate from Bengaluru Central. He was a parliamentarian the last time around. And Tejasvi Surya, very popular young leader from Bengaluru South. He's retained his seat. There were rumors that perhaps one of the union ministers, like Jaishankar or Nirmala Sitharaman, could have been, fielded from Bengaluru South, because it's a bastion of the BJP. BJP hasn't lost that seat for a very, very, very long time. So it's a bag. It's a bag full of surprises in Karnataka. And I think there must be some calculation that's gone in, because I have been told that the BJP has done a survey, and on Karnataka they've been extra cautious this time to get the mood on the ground of the people and the winnability factor. Right. They've done surveys at different levels, and if this is their list, then I guess they must have some stats to back each of these candidates.
Well, in fact, after Karnataka, there is one state that the BJP would be desperate to ensure that the numbers actually soar higher. That is the state of Maharashtra, Sucharita. And what's very interesting, at least a couple of names, Pankaja Munde, who's been fielded from Bid. There were a lot of reports doing the rounds that she wasn't having perhaps a good equation with the state leadership in Maharashtra. Then, of course, you have Sudhir Mungantiwar, a sitting minister, someone who's seen as close to the deputy chief minister and also to Union Home Minister Amit Shah. He's been fielded from Chandrapur. And, of course, Nitin Gadkari, because a lot was spoken about whether at all Nitin Gadkari is going to be given the ticket this time or not. But remember, that happens to be his bastion. The Deputy Chief Minister also comes from Nagpur. It is a prestigious seat for the Bharatiya Janata Party. So if there is another state where perhaps there has been hectic negotiations going on with Eknath Shinde camp, with Ajit Pawar, of course the BJP would ensure that they get the maximum number of seats from Maharashtra after Uttar Pradesh. If there is one state that they would basically push in all that they can, is the state of Maharashtra. Sucharita.
Absolutely, Shravan, and this election being the first one after the Shiv Sena broke up and Eknath Shinde now leading the new Shiv Sena. This is also the first election after Ajit Pawar's NCP being declared the NCP. So this is going to be a very, very important election, and also all those meetings that we've seen that the BJP has been having with Eknath Shinde and Ajit Pawar, trying to negotiate seats and come to a seat sharing formula. We've seen all those meetings happening in Delhi with JP Nadda and with the Home Minister Amit Shah, and also in the background stays the seat sharing that really hasn't happened between the MBA. So keeping that in mind, this seat, the seat sharing, and after that these seats that have been declared by the BJP, Nitin Gadkari, as you rightly said, the man at the forefront, the highway man, and he's been repeated from Nagpur, and I don't think there is a surprise in there, but a very, very important seat. He's again been fielded from Nagpur. 72 seats that have been declared, and most of the sitting MPs have been repeated, barring a few that Niranjan was speaking about, but most of the sitting MPs and the performing ministers. See, I very, very clearly remember when the first list came out and we were speaking about it, Shravan. The criteria is winnability, and the criteria has been performance. And there have been several meetings where there has been a feedback report of these sitting MPs, how they've worked, what is their connect with the people on ground. That has been at the forefront, and that has been kept in mind also during those meetings with the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And keeping that in mind, these names have been announced. Names for in different states, 72 names that have been announced today. We were hoping that there would have been more than 100. That was the speculation. But they've come out with 72 names, and very, very important names in this second list. You spoke about Maharashtra. Piyush Goyal, sometime back we were just discussing this in the newsroom, that Piyush Goyal will be fielded from Mumbai, and that is exactly what has happened. He's going to be contesting from Mumbai North. And again, Rao Sahib Dadarai Danve from Jalna, Pratap Rao Patil Chikhanlikar from Nanded, and Nitin Jairam Gadkari, as you said, from Nagpur. So very, very important names from Maharashtra, and they would want to actually make a statement with Maharashtra, as you were speaking about Maharashtra, because this is the election that will really show where these parties stand post the breakup. So BJP wanting to make a statement, also Shiv Sena and NCP. So we will also be waiting for the seats that will be announced from their side. But this is definitely going to be a very, very important state election for the state of Maharashtra from Lok Sabha, because these are soon going to be followed up by the state elections. So this is also going to give us a picture of what really is going to transpire in those state elections. So very, very important for the BJP to make a statement in these Lok Sabha elections in Maharashtra. As I said, winnability being the first criteria, people connect being the second criteria, and the feedback that has been taken from ground of all these MPs, the ones, especially the ones who've been repeated. The ones who've been repeated, the feedback reports that had been sent into the BJP office, there were meetings with the Karyakartas, with the people on ground, and there have been several state-wise meetings that we've told our viewers about. So after all that, these seats have been announced, and most of the MPs who've been repeated are the ones who've really worked hard, who've had a people connect, and the ones who've been performing ministers, who've performed for this government have been repeated. The Prime Minister had told his today's Council of Ministers that the ones who come from Rajya Sabha should be fighting this election this time from Lok Sabha, and we get a peek of that in the form of Piyush Goyal, who's going to be fighting from Mumbai North. So that is one, and this is exactly what the Prime Minister had spoken about, because now that they've been in the government, they've been working for the country, they should be going and contesting and fighting those elections. So Piyush Goyal being an example of that. But very importantly, Maharashtra, and not just Maharashtra, Manohar Lal Khattar, if I may go across to Manohar Lal Khattar contesting from Karnal, the way things transpired in the last 2 days in Haryana, Manohar Lal Khattar resigning and Saini taking up that chair in Haryana, the Prime Minister is known for surprises, and the moment that resignation came, and there were discussions that Manohar Lal Khattar is going to be contesting the Lok Sabha elections, and that is precisely what has happened. He's been fielded from Karnal, and he's going to be a part. There's a move to take him to the centre, and that is exactly what has happened. But imagine this has happened in the last 2 days, so we don't really know what the Prime Minister is thinking, what the BJP core team is thinking. There have been certain changes, and now Manohar Lal Khattar is going to be contesting from Haryana, from the seat of Karnal. So that is a big change. But I think that is something that we were discussing since yesterday, that he will be moved to the centre, and that is why he's been fielded from Karnal. So not many surprises, but yes, a lot of discussion points, because as we said that most of the sitting ministers have been repeated, sitting MPs have been repeated, 72 names. So that zeros are down to maybe 2 more lists coming from the BJP, because 195 and 72 is what they've given us. We were assuming that it will be a list of 100 plus, close to 125, but that really hasn't happened. So there is a seat sharing, and there is a discussion process happening. Today we had the news of Chirag Paswan striking an alliance and coming to a seat sharing consensus with BJP. So there's going to be more from Bihar coming up, and from the other states as well. But for now, very, very important announcements. And as we were mentioning, Anil Baluni, the national media convener for the BJP, he's been fielded from Garhwal. He being a key figure for the BJP, he also has been the Rajya Sabha member, but this time he's been fielded into the Lok Sabha. So very, very calculatively, the way the Prime Minister thought of the entire process, that these ministers or the ones who've been in important positions who come from Rajya Sabha should now go to the lower house. They should be contesting elections, and that's precisely what we see in this list that has come out. Shravan.
Well, Sucharita, I'll just request you to stay on, because as far as the state of Maharashtra is concerned, it seems that the deal is not done as yet, particularly with Eknath Shinde and Ajit Pawar still demanding a larger share of the pie. In fact, Eknath Shinde's team has been asking about 18 seats, the seats that Shiv Sena had won last time. They had contested about 23 seats, with the BJP contesting about 25 seats in the last Lok Sabha polls. But this time, it appears that in Maharashtra, the BJP is aiming for roughly about 30 to 32 seats. That's what they are looking at, and perhaps 10 to 12 is what the allies would be getting in. Let me also bring in my colleague Priyanka, who's joining us from Ahmedabad right now. Priyanka, the list for Gujarat is also out. There are new faces that have been brought in, something that the BJP is experimenting in almost every state, while they're fielding their big names. At the same time, bringing in fresh changes, fresh faces have been brought in. What are the key highlights as far as Gujarat is concerned?
Well, that's right, Shravan. In fact, there are some, of course, fresh faces that have been inculcated in the list, but there are also some faces which have been repeated, like the likes of Ranjanben Bhatt, who has been a sitting MP from the constituency of Vadodara. Apart from that, we are, in fact, looking at some of the key constituencies that we are still waiting for, because we have seen a lot of changes here in the state of Gujarat as far as the opposition is concerned. In fact, not just the opposition, but the leading faces of the opposition, then be it it Aam Aadmi Party, the BTP, or even the Congress Party, whose faces in fact have been leaving their parties and joining the BJP. And we are also hearing the chatter of how they might be also be given a ticket as well for the Lok Sabha elections. Now, the examples of that being are Arjun Modwadia from the Porbandar constituency. He has in fact joined the BJP. Then be it Mahesh Wasawa, who is Chotu Wasawa's son, and with the BTP, he was with the BTP but has joined the BJP. However, it is unlikely now that he will be given a ticket because we already see the Chota Udaipur seat, which is his home ground, in fact, that has already been announced. So that has been another update, because we have seen Mahesh Wasawa, who was also a very close aide of Ahmed Patel at some point, the late Ahmed Patel of the Congress Party. Now we are looking at Mahesh Wasawa having joined the BJP, Arjun Modwadia having been joined the BJP. Now the strategy of the opposition party, it seems as of now, the limited number of faces that they have, the MLAs that they have, they are the ones who have been given the tickets from the opposition, then be it the Congress Party or the Aam Aadmi Party as well. Then be it Chaitar Wasawa of the Aam Aadmi Party, who's also been, being considered from the Aam Aadmi Party to be given a ticket as well. So these are some of the updates that we are looking at. But of course, some of the key constituencies we will have to wait for from the BJP's third list as well. But however, as of now, we are looking at the BJP having given the chance to the performing MPs, then be it in the likes of Ranjanben Bhatt, and now we are also looking at several of the new faces as well that have been inculcated in the second list of the BJP. But of course, Shravan, all eyes on also, at least for the state of Gujarat, for the remaining constituencies, to understand how essentially this arithmetic of the opposition party leading faces really leaving the party and then joining the BJP, and how that really is working out, and whether or not the BJP is going to take advantage of it to give these people the ticket as well.
Well, Priyanka, I'll just request you to stay on with us as we quickly recap for all our viewers who are tuning in right now. The second list of the Bharatiya Janata Party is now out. Big names as far as the state of Karnataka and Maharashtra is concerned. Of course, even in Haryana, where former Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar has been fielded. So they've gone in for the jugular, as many would be pointing out. But at the same time, remember, if you simply contrast that with the India Alliance right now, with their list coming out, all that we have essentially seen is that their top guns, they've all gone missing. Most of them have expressed the desire out in public, saying that they do not want to contest the elections. Let me once again bring in my colleague Niranjan, who's joining us from the Kannada newsroom right now. Niranjan, perhaps in the state of Karnataka, they were hoping that there would be some momentum after the win that they had in the assembly polls. The Congress in Karnataka and many of the leaders here in Delhi have been exuding confidence, saying that because of the kind of schemes that have been brought in by the state government, they would be hoping that there wouldn't be anti-incumbency. But the situation appears to be a little different with the Lok Sabha elections, because the voting pattern is completely different. And more importantly, it is about the double engine that they've been speaking about.
Well, yes, Shravan, you see what's happening with the Congress party is, I'll tell you the dilemma of the Congress party this time, this election in Karnataka. Many ministers were asked to contest this election from the state of Karnataka. Congress ministers, and I can tell you a few names. For example, Satish Jarkioli is a very senior leader in the Congress party. He was asked to contest. He was asked to otherwise field his daughter. And then you had Ramalinga Reddy, who's a minister here in Karnataka. He was asked to contest or field his daughter. And both of them have reportedly declined to do that. And you look at the state of even Mallikarjun Kharge, the Congress party chief. He's unwilling, we are told, to contest from Kalaburgi, which is his stronghold. Because that would be embarrassment if the Congress party were to lose from the seat of Kalaburgi. If Kharge himself loses, that would be a very wrong message going out. Now, we are given to understand that that's the thinking within the Congress party high command. But asking about anti-incumbency, many parliamentarians, I just had that list here. I'm going to pull out that list. If you look at some of the names that have been dropped by the BJP this time around, some of them have been, for example, there is Nalin Kumar Katil, who's been a BJP chief of Karnataka. Performance, perhaps. He was not retained. Pratap Simha is a surprise. Let me tell you, it's the biggest talking point here in Karnataka, because I don't know whether the BJP was also thinking of the controversy when those people stormed into the parliament, and when the parliament ruckus happened, when they infiltrated into the parliament, it was a pass given by Pratap Simha. Now, I don't know whether that was on the back of the BJP High Command's mind when they decided to cut his ticket. Because on performance, if you talk about performance, he's somebody who has even presented his report card and credentials, saying that he's been able to bring in a lot of projects, investment, talking about highways, talk about trains running through Mysore. Even yesterday there was a new train inaugurated in Mysore, which he took an initiative for. He's been a two-term MP. So I don't know whether just performance has been the criteria this time. Perhaps perception, not just performance, but perception. And with perception, even thinking about future prospects. Now, Yaduveer, for example, is a household name here in Karnataka. His father was the erstwhile king of Mysuru, comes from the royal family, and they feel that fielding someone like Yaduveer will get them more votes. And that's a sure shot that even Pratap Simha would have won, but they feel that with Yaduveer they may have won more votes, and that's why someone like him has been given the ticket. So I think they've deep dived into each seat, and you look at some of the surprises. For example, Shobha Karandaje is a senior leader of the BJP, and she's been a union minister as well in the past. Now she has faced protests to the effect of some people holding placards saying "Go back Shobha." There was a "Go back Shobha" campaign, and despite that, and that was for her seat in Udupi Chikmagalur, but she has been removed from that seat and given another safe seat. You can call it a safe seat of Bengaluru North. She will be contesting from here. It is a given that the BJP will win that seat. Now, that has been the thinking. Now, I don't know why they've been, whether they've been forced to accommodate her or not, I don't know. But there seems to be some balance between performance, perception, and also accommodating the state request. For example, here in Karnataka, we know that Yediyurappa's son is now the BJP state chief. And I'm sure that Yediyurappa and his son have had a say in who should be given the tickets, which has played, of course, a big factor this time. So performance, perception, and they've also looked at winnability, and there were surveys conducted on the ground. Now, that is only as far as Karnataka is concerned, but you look at the larger picture of what the BJP has in mind nationally. 400 is the target that they have for the NDA alliance. The BJP itself, the Prime Minister has been saying, Home Minister Amit Shah, the BJP High Command, reiterating on the number of 370, saying that 370 is the least number of seats that we should win. And everywhere they've looked at the winnability factor this time, and I'm sure a lot of calculation has gone behind the second list as well. They were facing criticism yesterday for delaying that list, because many people felt that you're losing time on the ground to prepare, etc. But nonetheless, the list has come now. Shawal.
Well, thank you very much, Niranjan, Priyanka and Sucharita for joining us. We'll continue with our coverage. The second list of the Bharatiya Janata Party is now out. Big names have been fielded in the second list too.
अस्सलामुअलैकुम, ये मैं नेशनल बैंक मॉडल कॉलोनी से ब्रांच मैनेजर बात कर रहा हूँ। आज सुबह हमारे पास नया कैश आया है जिसमें कि ये नोट हैं और 1000 के भी आए हैं, 500 के भी और 5000 के भी। सारा फ्रेश कैश है और इसमें जो है वो ये हालात हैं इन नोटों के ये। और इस तरह के कितने पैकेट चले गए हैं मुझे नहीं पता, अब लोग वापस लेकर आएंगे तो पता चलेगा। ये तो एक आदमी ने कस्टमर ने वापस किया है तो ये पता चला। इसके अलावा हमने एक और बंडल भी चेक किया, ये एक और पैकेट है, इसमें भी यही हाल है।
अच्छा, इसकी डेट कब तक है? 31 मार्च।
ये सीरियल मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ।
ये सीरियल है,
ये सीरियल है इसकी। और इसमें ये एक नोट है
28 है, 29 इस तरह का, 29 इस तरह का।
ये दो नोट, हर पैकेट में 2 नोट इस तरह से हैं। ये क्या सिलसिला है?
This finally made State Bank of Pakistan to take notice of it and issued a clarification. According to the spokesperson of State Bank of Pakistan, it was not a case of fake currency note. Rather, these notes were somehow misprinted and there was nothing to worry about. Nobody has to worry about it. And according to the spokesperson, anyone who can get hold of these currency notes accidentally, they can get it exchanged from nearby any branch of the bank. But one thing is for sure, Pakistanis are panicked. It was only last year when fake notes of rupees 5,000 shocked every Pakistani, and so far the Pakistani authorities could not come up to find a foolproof solution to stop these fake currency notes. And now we are facing another saga of misprinted currency notes.
Xiaomi has announced the start of deliveries for its first electric vehicle, the SU7, this month, marking its entry into the competitive Chinese automobile market. Xiaomi has established 59 stores across 29 cities for facilitating orders. The company announcement was made through a Weibo post. A grand launch event for the SU7 is scheduled for March 28th, coinciding with the unveiling of its price tag. China experienced an 18% increase in EV sales in January and February, trailing closely behind the 21% growth observed throughout 2023. In order to attract consumers amid weakening demand, key players like BYD have implemented aggressive price reductions in the Chinese EV market. Xiaomi's EVs will be manufactured by a unit of state-owned automaker BAIC Group in Beijing, with an annual capacity of 2 lakh units of the vehicle. With a $10 billion investment in the automotive sector over the next decade, Xiaomi is among the few newcomers in China's EV market to receive approval amid concerns of oversupply.
चुप करो यार।
मैं भारतीय जनता पार्टी का अनन्य
मार माइक।
परिस्थितियां बदलती रहती हैं, लेकिन मैंने हर परिस्थिति में बीजेपी के लिए काम किया है और अब भी करूंगा, पहले से कई गुना ज्यादा करूंगा।
I think it's very rare for 3 events to happen on the trot. Chinese interference in Maldives, unnecessary Chinese interference there in Maldives. You know, China has taken over out of something like 150 odd islands that Maldives has. And
This is Republic, Niva Bupa Studios, your one-stop destination for all the breaking news updates, and I am Shivangi Shukla.
Amity faculty have filed over 2,100 patents. Yet another reason why Amity has been ranked among the top for innovation achievements.
We in India know better than almost any other country, and even today parts of India are occupied by another country. But we did not see the world respond saying, oh, there's a great principle involved and therefore let us all go with India. Yes, today we are being told that there are principles involved. I wish I had seen that principle in play for the last 80 years. I've seen those principles cherry-picked when it suits people. My Prime Minister has stood next to President Putin and has said that we do not believe that this is an era of war. We are today for...
In terms of relationship with Russia, India, in terms of the border conflict with Russia, you have been talked about the importance of the territorial integrity and sovereignty, but you have not come out in terms of criticizing Russia aggression to Ukraine, and people may think that this double standard. So what would be your position on this comment?
You know, my position would be that the world is a complicated place. And there are many important principles and beliefs in the world. What happens sometimes in politics, in world politics, is countries pick one issue, one situation, one principle, and they highlight it because it suits them. But if one looks at, the principle itself, I mean, we in India know better than almost any other country because immediately after our independence, we experienced aggression. We experienced an effort to change our boundaries, and even today parts of India are occupied by another country. But we did not see the world respond saying, oh, there's a great principle involved and therefore let us all go with India. So yes, today we are being told that there are principles involved. I wish I had seen that principle in play for the last 80 years. I've seen those principles cherry-picked when it suits people and not when it doesn't suit people. But I do think it's an important principle, because, I would say injustice was done to us. I'm not advocating it.
Ahead of 2024 polls, BJP releases second list of Lok Sabha candidates with 72 names, union ministers and top MPs fielded. After Haryana political turmoil, Khattar to fight from Karnal, Piyush Goyal gets ticket from Mumbai North. Basavaraj Bommai to contest from Haveri. Tejasvi Surya retains ticket from Bengaluru South. Major curiosity over TMC split as Mamata's brother raises objection over Howrah candidate. Hit politics at its peak yet again. Indian minister insults Prime Minister in a purported video. That's going to be our discussion, this burning question tonight. Good evening and welcome, friends. This Wednesday evening, BJP has released a second list putting to rest all speculation around senior leader Nitin Gadkari getting to contest from Nagpur and perhaps putting a seal to the mischief that was started by Uddhav Thackeray. But then, ladies and gentlemen, this evening, the Indi is back with abuse politics, and this time they have crossed all lines. Tamil Nadu minister and DMK leader T.N. Anabarasan has sparked outrage after issuing death threats to the Prime Minister. In so many words, he said, we'll cut him to pieces. In a speech that was tweeted by the BJP during the 71st birthday celebrations of Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin in Chennai, Anbarasan stated that if he weren't a minister, he would tear the Prime Minister into pieces. Listen into that outrageous comment, and then we come back and discuss.
The Indi is back with abuse politics, and this time they have crossed all lines. Tamil Nadu minister and DMK leader TM Anbarasan has sparked outrage after issuing death threats to the Prime Minister. In a speech that was tweeted by the BJP during the 71st birthday celebrations of Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin in Chennai, Anbarasan stated that if he weren't a minister, he would tear the Prime Minister into pieces. Listen in to that outrageous comment.
அதாவது எவ்வளவு பிரதமர் நாங்க பாத்துக்கிறோம், இவ்வளவு மட்டமா பேசுற போது பிரதமரை நாங்க பார்க்கவே இல்லை. ஓய்ச்சிருவாரு, ஓய்ச்சிருவியா எப்படி சொன்னாரு? ஒன்னே சொல்றது கேட்டுதா, இந்த திமுக வந்து சாதாரணமான இயக்கம், பல பேர் உயிர் தியாகம் செய்து வளர்க்கப்பட்ட இயக்கம், ரத்தத்தை சிந்தி வளர்த்த இயக்கம் இந்த திமுக. யாரோ ஒழிக்கணும்னு சொன்னான், அவன் தான் ஒழிஞ்சு போயிடுவாங்க தவிர இந்த இயக்கம் கம்பீரமாக நிற்கும். போய் பாரு, அமைச்சர் போய் அடைக்கி வாசிக்கிறார், இல்லைன்னா பீஸ் ஆகிடுவாங்க.
The BJP has hit out at the Indie Alliance for complete silence on the purported video.
The DMK minister in the same government says that he will tear apart Prime Minister Modi. Anybody who is in defense of Sanatan Dharma, Bharatiya Sanskriti, Bharatiya culture, now the DMK wants to eradicate them too. It shows the mindset. It is not Mohabbat ki dukaan, it is Nafrat ke bhaichar. And this is nothing new. Congress party leader also recently in Karnataka said, I will beat up Prime Minister.
Will abuse politics backfire on the Indie in the 2024 polls? That's the burning question tonight.
Joining me in this conversation, Prakash M. Swamy, senior journalist. He's joining us live from Chennai. And we also have Sumant C. Raman, political analyst, leans towards the Congress party generally. He's live from Chennai as well. In fact, we will have Umar Junaidi. He's a political analyst live from Karnataka. But let me begin with Mr. Prakash Swamy first. Mr. Swamy, even if the Prime Minister said, let's eradicate the DMK, he did not say, let's cut Stalin to pieces. I mean, what kind of political discourse are we looking at when a senior leader of the DMK, a sitting minister, makes this kind of statement?
Hello. The DMK is known for inflammatory speeches. Remember in 1978 or 79, they tried to kill Indira Gandhi in Madurai. Indira Gandhi was about to be brutally assassinated by DMK in Madurai, and she was saved by another Congress leader, Paran Nidamaran. So assassination opponents is nothing new to DMK. And the death threat issued to the Prime Minister is an open attack on democracy. I'm only wondering what the central government is doing, despite a minister issuing a death threat or the Prime Minister of the country. The people of Tamil Nadu want to know, is the central government taken cognizance of the speech? Are they going to take any action? Are they going to pass this also like the previous incidents? The DMK is under great pressure now because of the drug scandal, which the entire government is being racked. To avoid getting caught into the media controversy, they are diverting attention by saying in Tamil, I'll make the Prime Minister peace, peace. Remember how Rajiv Gandhi was killed in Tamil Nadu, blown to pieces? He is trying to link that with the attack on the Prime Minister, saying, we will kill you like Rajiv Gandhi, piece to piece. Rajiv was assassinated and not even a shred was found out. This is the death threat against the Prime Minister. If the central government is still going to keep quiet, I'm sorry, nobody can save the country.
I think let's listen to Sumant Raman. Generally, he comes out as a voice of rationality. But Sumant Raman, would you side with your ally or take a position on this? After all, Narendra Modi is the Prime Minister of the country. He's a BJP leader, of course, but he's also the Prime Minister of the country. You know, Indira Gandhi was a Congress leader, but she was Prime Minister of the country. Rajiv Gandhi was a Congress leader, but he was the Prime Minister of the country and a former Prime Minister when he was killed, assassinated in Chennai, in Tamil Nadu. You know, there is a history, recent history, Sumant C. Raman, of irresponsible statements being made by DMK leaders. and there is a past about.
No, I would say that consistently such changes have been made by DMK leaders and DMK ministers in the past. There's feedback coming, so if you could cut that, good. So DMK ministers and leaders have been known to speak like this, and the sad part is the only criticism that they face is on TV studios. So the BJP, while they have objected to this, I do not know if they have actually gone to court against this minister, or if this whole thing only for scoring points on debate. What the minister said was clearly unacceptable, and he should be, made to face consequences as per the law. But there seems to be no sign of that happening. Instead, all we do is use this to score political points. And that is my problem with this. That we are only politicizing this entire.
No, I'm not. Can't you be unequivocal in your condemnation with the kind of a preposterous statement that has come in from the DMK leader Suman Raman? Why are you equivocating? Why are you sort of obfuscating?
Right senses can support a statement like this. This is completely unacceptable. Deserves total, complete condemnation. But my point is, merely holding a TV debate on this without taking legal action means that the BJP also wants to use it only for politics.
Well, Sumant Raman, so far as the BJP is concerned, they of course have raised an objection to the kind of comments that are made, but there are legalities involved. What the minister has said, irrespective of whether someone says so, of whatever minister has says so as an individual or as a minister. It's a crime under Indian Penal Code. It's a threat to eliminate somebody physically, right? And also, Umar Junaidi is joining us. So Umar Junaidi, the fact that there is a history of DMK leaders, the recent history, beginning with today, the minister Anbur Hasan making that statement, and then you have A. Raja talking about making a suggestion that India's territorial integrity can be compromised, saying that the nation does not exist, saying that people who say Jai Shri Ram are stupid. And then you had Udayanidhi Stalin, of course. So I think there is some problem with the DMK, right? Would you agree, Mr. Junaidi, or you would side with them and take a position which seriously compromises the dignity of the office of the Prime Minister of the country?
Good evening. The statement of the leaders of DMK stating that India is not a country, that thing is different, and their belief or whatever they follow, the dharma, they talk about the Sanatan dharma, is restricted to themselves, and they have an ideology to be followed, and they follow, and at times they might be correct. But talking about the statement recently given on this, particularly, I would like to say this is objectionable and this is condemnable. Nobody, whoever it is in the opposition, shouldn't shame the office of the Prime Minister. After all, it is the office of the Prime Minister of our country, and we have to respect, we have to give full dignity to the chair. Now, it is also wrong of our Prime Minister, to say in a political rallies to eradicate the opposition and targeting a particular party. So if you do that, definitely they'll be having every action as a reaction. So if you say that you will be finishing the DMK,
no. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction is the Newton's thesis. If the Prime Minister says that let's remove DMK from power, the DMK can say that let's remove BJP from power at the same time. Or Sumant Raman, I'll come back to you. Let me ask a political question. Is this a sign of jitters, of nervousness on the part of DMK that the BJP is making some serious electoral inroads into Tamil Nadu this election?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think that this is the standard DMK speak, which we have been hearing for 30, 40, 50 years. They are known for such aggressive speeches. Often the speeches are also quite vulgar and so on. So I don't see this as a sign of them being radical. Every opinion poll shows them winning the vast majority of seats. Some opinion polls show them winning all the seats. So I don't see that this is any great sign of growth of BJP that causing them to become jittery and so on. This is just standard DMK speak.
But is that acceptable then? I mean, you are sort of trying to reduce the scale of the preposterousness of the comment that has been made by the DMK minister.
What have you done? What have you done?
You're saying, "Oh, this is normal, this is casual." You know, these things like these.
Has the BJP taken legal action on all this? All they are doing is doing political debates to score some points. That's all.
What do you mean by legal action by the BJP? Pratap, Mr. Swami, what is the legal option that's available with that should be there, Mr. Swami, that BJP should be exercising according to Sumant Raman?
I just want to clarify a point. The Prime Minister said DMK will be abolished. Like he said, Congress Mukt Bharat. Congress Mukt Bharat doesn't mean elimination of Sonia Gandhi or eliminating of Rahul Gandhi or eliminating of Mallikarjuna Kharge. You cannot compare apple with oranges. Congress Mukt Bharat is defeating Congress, eliminating Congress. On the similar tone, he said in Tamil Nadu, DMK will be vanished, which means it will be defeated in elections. But here, you cannot compare that with Prime Minister's statement. Here he used the word piece by piece. Remember the word he said, piece by piece. Supposing if I were to tell that to you, the police will immediately file an FIR against me. I just wanted to know what is the legal wing of the BJP doing in Delhi? What is the legal wing of BJP doing in Tamil Nadu? Are they sleeping? Because the man makes a derogatory and threatening attempt to murder statement against the Prime Minister, yet the legal wing of the party is not taking any action. It's only you and I are debating.
No, Mr. Swami,
why?
That perhaps BJP might do. But my question is that I asked to Sumant Raman, but Sumant Raman sort of downplaying it. The fact of the matter is that the BJP perhaps might double or triple its vote share, and that might get reflected in possibly in the seats the party nets in Tamil Nadu, and that's the reason why the DMK is particularly aggressive against the BJP now.
DMK is worried about BJP because BJP is the principal opposition party in Tamil Nadu. Long back, it has replaced ADMK as the opponent. Now the fight is between BJP and DMK. BJP is expected to win on its own 20 to 25 seats. That information, intelligence report has gone to the chief minister. So he is very scared that BJP is going to corner majority of the seats. You can see the jitteriness in their action.
20 to 25 seats in which state, sir?
Tamil Nadu. Mark my word. Mark my word. There is a swell among people.
No, Sumant Raman, you are laughing matter.
Working in Tamil Nadu.
Let me come in. Mr. Swami, let me come in. Sumant Raman, last word to you, but then because I have to wind up the logic. Sumant Raman, Tamil Nadu happens to be one of the more literate states. Tamil Nadu happens to be the more developed states. In fact, if there are two states which are going to become $1 trillion economy first, it's going to be Gujarat and Tamil Nadu. Does it befit that kind of state and the leadership of that kind of state to be making repeatedly these kind of statements where you are reprimanded by the Supreme Court one day, where there is a possibility of legal action another day?
No, not at all. Nobody can say that this is dignified. This is highly undignified, condemnable. Point is, what are you doing about it? The answer is nothing except debating in TV studios. Please file a complaint. The BJP is so concerned about it, they should file a complaint. So far as I know, that has not been done. This is purely a
Are we
topic
filing a
of
complaint
debate.
tomorrow? What's really happening on the ground? Is there that kind of anger and angst among the BJP cadres to be taking action, legal action against the DMK minister?
Who's that question
So they
for?
are attacking income tax officials and ED officials. Tamil Nadu, they are attacking income tax and ED officials. What can BJP can do? They can file a police complaint. The DGP will not take any action against the minister.
Okay, it seems this is a debate which is going to go on for some time, till the time maybe BJP takes some action, because the comments made by DMK minister are highly condemnable. He has tried to distance himself, but we are as yet waiting to hear from the senior leadership of the party, the topmost leadership of the party. In fact, given the fact that this happened in the presence of Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, M.K. Stalin, hope that some action is taken, because it's Prime Minister of the country and not just leader of the BJP, about which the comment has been made on that. No, thank you so much, friends. Mr. Prakash Swami and Sumant Raman for joining us. A short break. On the other side, trending burning question with Shawan.
अस्सलामुअलैकुम। ये मैं नेशनल बैंक मॉडल कॉलोनी से ब्रांच मैनेजर बात कर रहा हूँ। आज सुबह हमारे पास नया कैश आया है, जिसमें कि ये नोट हैं और 1000 के भी आए हैं, 500 के भी और 5000 के भी। सारा फ्रेश कैश है और इसमें जो है वो ये हालात हैं इन नोटों के ये। और इस तरह के कितने पैकेट चले गए हैं मुझे नहीं पता, अब लोग वापस लेकर आएंगे तो पता चलेगा। ये तो एक आदमी ने कस्टमर ने वापस किया है तो ये पता चला। इसके अलावा हमने एक और बंडल भी चेक किया, ये एक और पैकेट है, इसमें भी यही हाल है।
अच्छा, इसकी डेट कब तक है? 31 मार्च।
ये सीरियल आपको दिखाता हूँ।
ये सीरियल है,
ये सीरियल है इसकी। और इसमें ये एक नोट है 28 है, 29 इस तरह का, 29 इस तरह का। ये दो नोट, हर पैकेट में 2 नोट इस तरह से हैं। ये क्या सिलसिला है?
This finally made State Bank of Pakistan to take notice of it and issued a clarification. According to the spokesperson of State Bank of Pakistan, it was not a case of fake currency note. Rather, these notes were somehow misprinted and there was nothing to worry about. Nobody has to worry about it. And according to the spokesperson, anyone who can get hold of these currency notes accidentally, they can get it exchanged from nearby any branch of the bank. But one thing is for sure, Pakistanis are panicked. It was only last year when fake notes of rupees 5,000 shocked every Pakistani. And so far, the Pakistani authorities could not come up to find a foolproof solution to stop these fake currency notes. And now we are facing another saga of misprinted currency notes.
Xiaomi has announced the start of deliveries for its first electric vehicle, the SU7, this month, marking its entry into the competitive Chinese automobile market. Xiaomi has established 59 stores across 29 cities for facilitating orders. The company announcement was made through a Weibo post. A grand launch event for the SU7 is scheduled for March 28, coinciding with the unveiling of its price tag. China experienced an 18% increase in EV sales in January and February, trailing closely behind the 21% growth observed throughout 2023. In order to attract consumers amid weakening demand, key players like BYD have implemented aggressive price reductions in the Chinese EV market. Xiaomi's EVs will be manufactured by a unit of state-owned automaker BAIC Group in Beijing, with an annual capacity of 2 lakh units of the vehicle. With a $10 billion investment in the automotive sector over the next decade, Xiaomi is among the few newcomers in China's EV market to receive approval amid concerns of oversupply.
चुप करो यार।
मैं भारतीय जनता पार्टी का अनन्य परिस्थितियां बदलती रहती हैं, लेकिन मैंने हर परिस्थिति में बीजेपी के लिए काम किया है और अब भी करूंगा, पहले से कई गुना ज्यादा करूंगा।
I think it's very rare for three events to happen on the trot. Chinese interference in
Trending burning question, powered by Reva University and Century Club Prime.
Hello and welcome. You're watching the Trending Burning Question with me, Shavan. Ladies and gentlemen, as the election season draws on India, there is major trepidation to put skin in the 2024 game by the Congress High Command. Sources say that Congress heavyweights want to opt out of the Lok Sabha contest. In Madhya Pradesh, Kamal Nath's son, Nakul Nath, has confirmed to Republic TV that his father will not be contesting the Lok Sabha polls. The situation is similar in Karnataka. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge is reluctant to fight from his bastion Kalburgi. And the High Command is now mulling to field his son-in-law in fact. But this does not end. Same is the case with Ashok Gehlot in Rajasthan. But if you contrast that with the BJP, which has come up with its second list, then you have several former chief ministers who have been fielded. For instance, Manohar Lal Khattar is going to contest from Haryana. You have Basavaraj Bommai, who's been contesting from Karnataka. And there are several union ministers who have essentially been fielded. So is it almost like a walkover by the India Alliance? Is it because the way the Bharatiya Janata Party essentially started their campaign saying, "Ab ki baar 400 par"? Has that really spooked the Congress party? Listen in to some of the Congress leaders and then we begin the trending burning question.
पूरा प्लानिंग है हमारी और पूरी स्ट्रेटेजी बना रखी है। हम एनडीए सरकार की विफलता, हमारी सरकार ने जो अच्छे काम किए, यूपीए सरकार के समय जो हम अच्छे काम किए हैं, वो सारी और अभी 3 महीने में जो गवर्नेंस ये दे नहीं पा रहे हैं, ये सारे मुद्दे मिला करके और जो यूथ है वो पूरी के तरीके से अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट को लेकर के जो नाराजगी देश के सरकार के प्रति है, वो सब चीजें जनता के सामने है।
Today he is coming to Bangalore. Let us see what he is the boss of our Congress, no? He has to take his decision to contest or not to contest. It is left to him.
On the trending burning question tonight, representing the Bharatiya Janata Party is the spokesperson Charu Pragya and George Kurian on the other side. Let me ask this question first to you, George Kurian. On the same very day when the Bharatiya Janata Party is fielding their top guns, Piyush Goyal, then you have several other union ministers, former chief ministers in Haryana as well as in Karnataka. Contrast that with the list that has come out by the Congress party, barring Gaurav Gogoi, the only name that they put up from the state of Assam, and your beloved Rahul Gandhi. All the other top Congress leaders have decided that they are not going to contest the Lok Sabha elections. Some say that, look here, it's almost retirement stage, so we are not going to contest the elections. So even before the election begins, it's almost like we have lost the game.
Well, Shavan, good evening to you, to my co-panelist Charu here on the show, and to your audience. Let me begin by saying that it's not all over here. I mean, as you say, the India bloc, or be it the principal opposition party, the Congress party, is confident about giving a tough fight to Modi in 2024. And having said that, it's not about our senior Congress leaders backing out of the, or for that matter, contesting from Lok Sabha elections this time. It's just a matter of time, because they're all 70, 75 plus, and they have about 3-4 decades of experience. They carry about 3-4 decades of experience. They have been MLAs a number of times and Lok Sabha MPs a number of times, having been ministers in the union government. So calling out, saying that they are shying away from contesting 2024 would not be a right, appropriate statement that you would be making at this point in time for the larger audience. I strongly believe that Congress party have a dearth of pool of young fresh blood who want to contest the.
Mr. Kurian, why don't you then name one single big leader from the Congress party who's willing to contest? Given the fact that from the state of Gujarat, a short while back, news came in that Bharat Solanki says that I'm busy touring Jammu and Kashmir, so I'm not going to contest the elections. Digvijay Singh in Madhya Pradesh says, I'm not going to contest the elections. There are some reports now coming in that Manish Tiwari may not be contesting the elections. Now, you please tell me, what message is the Congress party really sending across?
Well, I strongly believe that, the message the Congress party would be sending out to the larger audience is that, it would be a very good message to begin with, because we need young, fresh blood to come into electoral politics, and giving away, they would be definitely mentoring the youth in the coming days and take up organizational roles. In the Bharatiya Janata Party, we see that, the government keeps changing, and they keep changing names here and there. So no one consistently is contesting elections except for a few, which is a good thing. I strongly believe that Congress party is learning something from the Bharatiya Janata Party in this regard.
You're quite optimistic on that part, Mr. Kurian, but Charu Pragya, as far as the BJP is concerned, some would say, like for instance, what's happening in the state of Karnataka, that you have brought in Basavaraj Bommai. Shobha Karandilajre has been moved from Udupi to Bengaluru. That was also because there was palpable anger against the parliamentarian. That's the local report that is coming in. But having said that, is the focus right now particularly in the state of Maharashtra and in Karnataka? Because in Maharashtra also you're finding it tough to negotiate with Eknath Shinde as well as Ajit Pawar.
Not a very good evening to you, Shravan. Let me begin by congratulating every candidate on BJP's second list. We are absolutely geared up for Ab Ki Baar 400 Par. It's a fantastic balance of youth and experience. It's a list where we have fielded 3 ex-CMs, 11 sitting central ministers, and that actually is in stark contrast to the way Congress is functioning. I'll tell you why. It is always believed that a good leader leads from the front. In any battlefield, a good general is one who's down on the ground with his troops. In the case of Bharatiya Janata Party, it is absolutely true. In the case of Congress, their leaders want to hide. They don't want to contest. They don't even want to risk running a campaign because they know they're already on losing ground. In fact, their losing ground has been so firm that their own alliance partner, Mamta Didi, comes up with a list of her candidates and Congress didn't even know about it. Congress didn't even know that they don't have an alliance with the TMC. So that's the state of Congress. I'm not going to generalize it and say that's the case for the entire opposition. But moving on from there, I think we are going to focus on every corner of the country. It's not going to be that we are more focused on one area, not so much on the other. Wherever we have alliance partners, we have decided on the seat share already. It's already been discussed. It will be declared very, very soon. The seat share for Bihar has been discussed. The seat share for the South has been discussed, as it has been for the state of Maharashtra as well. So, like I said, this is no fluke. This is sheer hard work. This is excellent planning. This is all hands on deck, and it's all tall leaders leading from the front.
The Congress says that fielding Gaurav Gogoi, Vaibhav Gehlot, Nakul Nath, it's the second generation, fresh face, young blood. You, on the other hand, are only fielding those who have been experienced, not really bringing in the, perhaps that fresh mix into it. That's what the retort coming in from the Congress party. Does that really hold?
No, not at all. And I'm not even going to dignify that with an answer. If you put both our lists together, you see how many youngsters we are fielding, how many people are under the age of 40, how many people are under the age of 50. There are some young people like Dhaval Patel who've been working behind the scenes for, I think, as long as I can remember, 15 odd years. And today he's been given a ticket. So that is fabulous. The important thing is, again, I'm going to repeat this, let Congress field whoever they want, but the public is not going to be fooled, because to the people, it is obvious that Sonia ji chooses to go to a Rajya Sabha from Rajasthan and not Himachal because they're not sure of their own MLAs. It's clear that Rahul Gandhi or Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, they don't even want to mention or talk about Uttar Pradesh because they're not sure what's going to happen. Last they contested in the state, their vote share was limited to 2.5%. That's the level to which Congress has been decimated.
Okay. Ashutosh wants to respond. Ashutosh, the question that I also asked George Kurian is that whatever said and done, if Rahul Gandhi today says that I'm doing Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra, and what he essentially sees is that his entire team His entire team seems to have left him in the lurch, starting from Mallikarjun Kharge to Digvijay Singh in Madhya Pradesh to Bharat Solanki in Gujarat. Almost each of his big names have actually deserted him. It's not about bringing in fresh blood.
What you are saying here is that the older generation is not shying away, but gracefully giving way to the younger generation for carrying forward the baton of democratic forces and the Gandhian ideology, which is under attack.
Rahul Gandhi is no longer the younger generation.
That when Narendra Modi
took over
Ashutosh,
if the rationale is bringing fresh. Ashutosh, hear me out. Ashutosh, hear me out. 1 minute. Hold on. Hear me out. George Kurian says that, why should you really worry? Rather, you should welcome this, that you have the old guns out. You have the young Turks coming in. If that's the rationale, then Rahul Gandhi should also be out. He's no longer the younger generation. For once, I think so, the fascination to think that Rahul Gandhi is in his, early 30s. He's not. The entire nation knows about it. You may like to picture that he's the younger generation, he's the young Gandhi who's on a discovery of India.
No, what you have just voiced is the fear that strikes Modi ka parivar. Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra has inspired the young. It has caught the imagination of India, his Panch Nyaya that is offering. And that is what is scaring BJP. That's why you will always see him being attacked. And by his age, I mean, this was the age when Mahatma Gandhi came back and entered politics. He's not old like Narendra Modi, who is nearly 75. And unlike in the past, when he asked everyone above 75 to retire, he's sticking to his chair. And you are bringing people like Manohar Lal Khattar, when youngsters like Rajendra Singh are leaving the party. So
be gracious
you have
for a
to remember
change.
that in JP, it was actually Modi who had to kick out people like Advani ji and Murli Manohar Joshi. And here in Congress, when the younger generation has decided to take the fight forward, and the older generation has said, okay, we will be your gurus, we will guide you, they have a problem. The problem is actually the name that you have taken, Rahul Gandhi. He has been fighting, he has declared that this is a fight of ideologies. And if the younger generation today is inspired by
it may be a fight for ideology to fight. Now, Ashutosh, just to remind you, just to have this fight. If you believe that Rahul Gandhi is some general who's taking on the war, he's a lonely general right now. Where are his soldiers?
The soldiers, you are just naming them. You can see them in his Nyayatras. And it is those soldiers, when you see them being put in the battle, which is scaring Modi ka parivar. So it keeps talking about why.
In some states, I'm told that they are even finding it difficult to get their candidates in place.
Not fighting when there are people
now,
like
for instance, I'll give you an example. In the last, okay, Charu, there is an interesting. Just before this debate, Charu, I was speaking to someone from Madhya Pradesh. I was told the number of Congress leaders, even booth workers, Congress workers, grassroots workers who have left the Congress party has run up to almost 5,000 in number. So effectively, George, what is happening is that the Bharatiya Janata Party today is saying that now it is going to be booth mukt Congress party. So BJP is not happy with just the top leadership leaving. Now they want that even your booths, even the booth leaders, Congress workers, grassroots workers, they should also quit. That's the situation, George. And then, Charu, you can respond.
Well, Shravan, I don't quite agree to the authenticity of the report that you just mentioned about news coming from Madhya Pradesh. I strongly believe that the Congress party has a big cadre at the grassroots level and well equipped to do a campaign, maybe to run a door-to-door campaign as well. And I'm sure if the Nyaya Yatra has given the response that the Congress party was expecting out of it. I'm sure Charu mentioned about the youth experience. It would be too early to come to any kind of conclusion at this point in time because the Congress party has not released 100 plus as of right now. The candidate it's around 80, 83 plus, whereas the Bharatiya Janata Party is over 200. And I'm sure that the Congress party is yet to release about 200 plus seats. So one could come to a conclusion about youth plus old age and experience, combined together. And I strongly believe that the younger generation need to come forward, and the youth has to mentor them in a different role altogether. The senior leaders, as you mentioned, the Kamal Nath, Ashok Gehlot, Mallikarjun Kharge, they all have their roles to play. They would be doing extensive campaign across India, across the length and breadth of the nation, running campaigns and things like that. So I'm sure we are all set and done for 2024. The India bloc is all set to give a tough fight to Bharatiya Janata Party and Modi at the center.
Can I respond, please?
I like that optimism, George, you have. But Charu, final response coming in from you.
Both Ashutosh ji and George ji have a lot of optimism, and I wish them all the best. But let's look at the writing on the wall, shall we? Congress said that they have an alliance. They couldn't even keep that alliance together. Congress said they are discussing the seat share all the way from June last year till now. It's mid-March. They couldn't discuss the seat share, and that is why other political parties got frustrated and released their own lists. That's the truth of Congress. With your first list, you've actually exhausted every single known Congress name that you had. And that's the truth. Because apart from these names, there's nobody else who's even willing to contest. And you are as aware of that as I am. So I am sorry. If you think having a leader who's waltzing across the country at a time where he should have been with his alliance partners is a big green flag for the voters of this country,
You
let
should
me tell you
remember
it's
that
not.
Mamata
Let me also tell you, Ashutosh ji, wait now. Ashutosh ji, I didn't interrupt you. I know, I'm riling you up. I'm riling you up, but don't get riled up. Listen to what I'm saying.
She's a person who
Don't get riled up.
was a minister with Vajpayee government, who has had ties with BJP, and she is a person who was trying to scuttle this right from the start.
Ashutosh, there is very little time that we have, so at least allow her to make a point.
Why has Rahul Gandhi gone on a Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra, and it should instead should have been discussing seats? They have been exposed.
That's a question. That's a question, Ashutosh. Ashutosh, a quick response to that. A quick response to that. Hold on, Ashutosh, 1 minute. Ashutosh and Charu. Now, as far as raising questions about the Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra, forget about the BJP. India Alliance members themselves have asked this question. Your former ally Nitish Kumar asked that question. Mamata Banerjee, because of that Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra, almost ended up telling you that you don't even deserve one single seat. So forget about the BJP. It's your own allies who have been saying this. Charu, I'm running short of time, so make your final comment.
I'm going to be very quick. Ashutosh ji, please listen. Please listen. Don't do this.
Mamata Banerjee and Nitish Kumar both are BJP Trojan horses. Let's remember that.
Charu, just make your final point, because I'm really running short of time now.
And they were just trying to...
Ashutosh ji, I'll come back to you later on. I'll come back to you. Charu.
It's not helping anyone. So the word nyaya actually is rattling
Charu,
too,
make your
and
point.
I think you are right to be rattled, because 5 years ago you chose the same word nyaya and you went around screaming ab hoga nyaya. The people of India gave you nyaya. And this time, forget about people of India. Even your own partners are saying, Mamata Didi is saying Congress can't get 40 seats. Aam Aadmi Party chief ministers are saying, ek thi Congress. They are talking about you like you're already in the past tense. You don't even exist in the present. Ashutosh, forget you're speaking about
Charu, George and Ashutosh. Okay.
I'm sorry I upset you, but that's
I think
the
so.
truth. You might as well face
this
it
debate
now.
is going to continue. This debate is going to continue. It's just the beginning of the poll season. This is just the beginning of the poll season. The list is. There are more lists to come out. Let's see if the Congress party still rethinks this entire after what we have seen from the two lists that have been put out by the Bharatiya Janata Party. That's all that we could pack in this edition of the trending burning question. On the other side, the big debate coming up with the editor-in-chief Arnab Goswami.
Amity faculty have filed over 2,100 patents. Yet another reason why Amity has been ranked among the top for innovation achievements.
We in India know better than almost any other country, and even today parts of India are occupied by another country. But we did not see the world respond saying, oh, there's a great principle involved and therefore let us all go with India. Yes, today we are being told that there are principles involved. I wish I had seen that principle in play for the last 80 years. I've seen those principles cherry-picked when it suits people. My Prime Minister has stood next to President Putin and has said that we do not believe that this is an era of war. We are today for...
In terms of relationship with Russia, India, in terms of the border conflict with Russia, you have been talked about the importance of the territorial integrity and sovereignty, but you have not come out in terms of criticizing Russia aggression to Ukraine, and people may think that this double standard. So what would be your position on this comment?
You know, my position would be that the world is a complicated place, and there are many important principles and beliefs in the world. What happens sometimes in politics, in world politics, is countries pick one issue, one situation, one principle, and they highlight it because it suits them. But if one looks at the principle itself, I mean, we in India know better than almost any other country because immediately after our independence, we experienced aggression. We experienced an effort to change our boundaries, and even today parts of India are occupied by another country. But we did not see the world respond saying, oh, there's a great principle involved and therefore let us all go with India. So yes, today we are being told that there are principles involved. I wish I had seen that principle in play for the last 80 years. I've seen those principles cherry-picked when it suits people and not when it doesn't suit people. But I do think it's an important principle, because, I would say injustice was done to us. I'm not advocating it should be done to everybody else. We have been very clear. My Prime Minister has stood next to President Putin and has said that we do not believe that this is an era of war. We are today for resolving this conflict. We want to see the end to this conflict. But we believe that every conflict finally ends in some kind of, people come to the table. That's how conflicts end. I mean, you can also decide a conflict on the battlefield, but we don't think this conflict will be decided on the battlefield.
In the arid terrain of Rajasthan's Pokhran, Indian military might on display, a first of its kind exercise. Tri-services hold mega exercise Bharat Shakti. From the LCA Tejas fighter jets, robotic mules, T-90 tanks to the Pinaka multi-barrel rocket launcher. Tri-services displayed their prowess during the fire and maneuver exercise at Pokhran field firing ranges. Exercise Bharat Shakti simulated realistic, synergized, multi-domain operations displaying integrated operational capabilities of the Indian Armed Forces to counter threats across land, air, sea, cyber and space domains. The Indian Army's Special Forces, the Indian Navy's Marcos and the Garuds of the Indian Air Force infiltrated a simulated battlefield in all-terrain vehicles and conducted slithering operations while surveillance of the battlefield was carried out by remotely piloted aircraft and drones. This was followed by the degradation of targets by long-range vectors and artillery guns. Indian Navy showcased naval anti-ship missiles, autonomous cargo-carrying aerial vehicles and expendable aerial targets, highlighting maritime strength and technological sophistication. Indian Air Force deployed the indigenously developed light combat aircraft Tejas, light utility helicopters and advanced light helicopters, demonstrating air superiority and versatility in air operations. Centre reiterates CAA won't impact Muslims. Opposition fearmongers, protests escalate. Can CAA withstand a legal challenge? Debating at 9 p.m.
अस्सलामुअलैकुम। ये मैं नेशनल बैंक मॉडल कॉलोनी से ब्रांच मैनेजर बात कर रहा हूँ। आज सुबह हमारे पास नया कैश आया है जिसमें कि ये नोट हैं और 1000 के भी आए हैं, 500 के भी और 5000 के भी। सारा फ्रेश कैश है और इसमें जो है वो ये हालात हैं इन नोटों के ये। और इस तरह के कितने पैकेट चले गए हैं मुझे नहीं पता, अब लोग वापस लेकर आएंगे तो पता चलेगा। ये तो एक आदमी ने कस्टमर ने वापस किया है तो ये पता चला। इसके अलावा हमने एक और बंडल भी चेक किया, ये एक और पैकेट है, इसमें भी यही हाल है।
अच्छा, इसकी डेट कब तक है? 31 मार्च।
ये सीरियल आपको दिखाता हूँ। ये सीरियल है, ये सीरियल है इसकी। और इसमें ये एक नोट है 28 है 29 इस तरह का 29 इस तरह का। ये दो नोट, हर पैकेट में 2 नोट इस तरह से हैं। ये क्या सिलसिला है?
This finally made State Bank of Pakistan to take notice of it and issued a clarification. According to the spokesperson of State Bank of Pakistan, it was not a case of fake currency note. Rather, these notes were somehow misprinted and there was nothing to worry about. Nobody has to worry about it. And according to the spokesperson, anyone who can get hold of these currency notes accidentally, they can get it exchanged from nearby any branch of the bank. But one thing is for sure, Pakistanis are panicked. It was only last year when fake notes of rupees 5,000 shocked every Pakistani, and so far the Pakistani authorities could not come up.
Centre reiterates CAA won't impact Muslims. Opposition fearmongers, protests escalate. Can CAA withstand a legal challenge? Debating at 9 p.m.
Delhi studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Arnab Goswami on the debate at 9, presented by Amity University, powered by RP Sanjeev Goenka, Century Club Prime and Policy Bazaar.
Good evening, viewers, and welcome to the debate. In the course of the last 2 or 3 days since the government notified the Citizenship Amendment Act, or should I rather call it the Citizenship Amendment Bill, because it has been passed by both houses of parliament, you have heard the usual arguments being made, the kind of arguments that you heard just before COVID during Shaheen Bagh: Muslims will be discriminated, this is ultra vires of the constitution, it will be put up to legal